Here we are? Question mark?
I am Ron Burgundy.
Are we back?
All right, guys. Because we'll have hundreds of people watching this, but we'll end up getting tens of thousands of views afterwards. So that means we have to start this all over again like nothing went wrong for the tens of thousands of people that don't watch it live. So I apologize about that. So I will edit this beginning part from YouTube so that won't be an issue. And we're starting all over. And now I wanted to tell you guys why. And here we go. Welcome back to the Tier 1 podcast live Thursday nights. I am your host, Brent Tucker. We got a heck of a show tonight. Look at that. It's family friendly. I almost did it, but I was like, you know what? Why? There's just no reason to say those words. That's not who we are. Nope. It's not who we are as a Christian organization.
You're Disney friendly.
Unless you get me riled up and get a word out of me every now and again, but it's hard. It's hard. With us, we have Richard from How Arms. Good to have you, brother. You're down here for vacation, aren't you?
Always. Oh, yeah.
You're there
giving all the monies to Disney.
They have enough. Quit
Standing
donating
in all the lines.
Quit donating to Disney.
Oh, we don't do lines.
Yeah.
We don't do.
Yeah.
No, if we're spending that much money, I'm
and
not
over on the
waiting.
couch, we have his arch nemesis in the arms industry. We have Lion Arms. We have Magnet from Lion Arms.
Heyo, I'm here.
Blinds don't have arms, do they?
Oh, I saw that in the chat.
Did you?
Lion
and
legs.
then Josh Daniels texted to me. And next to him, his beautiful fiance, Amanda. She's not a stranger to the show. You just don't see her all the time. So usually she's just off to the side there. And then, of course, as always, I have my brother Drew making things work. They won't know, Drew. They won't know. Don't make a joke out of it because things are working.
Yeah, they're working fine. What are you
They're
talking about?
working.
Yeah, of course.
All right, Thursday nights for the Patriots. Let's go. And as always, this episode is brought to you by Elevated Silence. Elevated Silence builds phenomenal products that make life more enjoyable for everyone. Their engineers and product development team work with the science of silence. They have cans from everything from 300 Norma to 22 Short. Each is finished with a proprietary coating that prevents carbon buildup inside the suppressor. 22s are the exception. They offer every mounting option you could want. The Dura HD 556 gives minimal blowback while still delivering top noise reduction. And their new 30 cal line in 3D printed titanium is now out. Please go to elevatedsilence.com. Use promo code Tier1 and get 15% off. You would think having the problems before would irritate me, and usually it does. And I try to kind of push it down and put on a face. But for some reason, I'm okay.
Just a speed bump.
Yeah. If you're wondering what happened, we just turned off the modem, turned the modem back on, and now we're at 400 upload and 250 reverse.
Yeah, right. It was 400
download, and then and like
But
250
see,
up. So
to what I was saying,
the drop
sensor
frames
thing on the bottom is now green.
It's crushing it now. Yeah, it's probably for the better because now we can do a Nancy update.
I actually remember.
With the actual reward.
So I haven't forgot about Grandmama Nancy. There's just nothing to update. It's been 2 months. I read an article today that said they have no suspects. They have no leads. They got nothing, which is crazy because at one point There was a ransom that was supposed to be there. We know her house was I don't say burgled, was broken into, and she was taken. So you just don't do that for nothing. And then go into hiding. Yeah, it's been 2 months, and there's absolutely no update. That is crazy. And it's just. In this day and age, like how do you get away with any crime? Like if you really think about it.
2 months.
I mean,
like
between
nothing.
DNA and cameras and all the street cameras, the forensics, everything. I don't know how you get away with it.
Like there wasn't like a next door person saying or ring or whatever saying, "Oh, hey, by the way, here's the van with the dudes in it."
Right. It blows my mind. I still feel because sometimes these things do go for a while, but I feel like they always
Like
break at
keeps
some point.
developing.
I know, and that's what I hate. They said they really have nothing to go on right now, but something tells me eventually because this always kind of happens. People talk, someone says something, a new lead, comes out of nowhere when they thought it was a cold case for months. So I still think we'll know, but as of right now, 2 months later, we don't know anything.
Well, and it's just odd that there's like, to your point, for 2 weeks, every couple hours there was an update.
Right.
And then it hit that like media cycle of whatever.
I was a frenzy for a little bit.
Yeah. And then nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like radio silence.
It was tough. Well, one thing that has not gone out of the news, and that's Charlie Kirk. Now, of course, it's back. Well, I should say it's back in the news a little bit more. Of course, it went out of the news because there's no updates. But now that
Plus you've got all that dwell time between when they start doing pre-trial, all this stuff.
there's a lot going on, but that hasn't stopped the internet and social media and podcasters and other people to just continue to fill the blanks where we don't have enough information. And so, of course, I think, I would say us logical people, us grounded people would have liked to have seen this bullet information that came out very recently about the bullet not matching the gun. And we'll go into that a little bit more. I would have loved for it to have been a nice, complete bullet, and that complete bullet, they could have easily compared the markings on that to the inner lining and grooves of the rifle, and they could have compared it. Of course, as luck would have it, it's deformed, it's fragmented, and there's not enough of the bullet to compare it to the rifle of Tyler Robinson. And so what they said, and certain people online are taking this and running with it. I can't speak for their intent. I don't know what their intent is. So I shouldn't say that. But they're either doing two things. They either didn't study enough about it before running with it, or they're intentionally
spreading misinformation.
Intentionally spreading misinformation for clicks. So what they said was this. They said they cannot confirm because of the bullet's fragmentation. They cannot confirm with 100% certainty that it came from Tyler Robinson's gun. That's what they said. But what they didn't say was this is not a match. They just said we don't know. We cannot confirm whether it did or didn't. There's not enough information. Now that's from the ATF. The FBI is continuing to look at it. They have not weighed in yet. They may be able to. But I'll add this. But it does give us a little bit of insight of what that bullet did. And when they said, hey, there's no way that this bullet doesn't have an exit wound, the bullet fragmented.
Yeah.
So we're actually getting more information that still goes back to the normal story. And when I say the normal story, I'm gonna rewind it and send it right back.
I will say one thing.
But yeah, what do you got?
Like, even if it's 100 pieces, you can take, if it's got 3% of the back bell of that round, and at least say it's a 30 caliber projectile.
Move the mic a little closer to you, like right to your mouth.
Like say that it's at least a 30 caliber projectile, or it's in the realm of this came from a similar type rifle.
Now, you're right. And so if there's here, so I have questions too. It's not like I just take that and like
100%,
and just bury my head in the sand. So if there was no exit wound and it fragmented, well, where are all the fragments? Well, all the fragments are inside his body, and they should be able to kind of recreate it.
Or at least get enough to be able to say this, without a doubt, came from a 30 caliber host.
So, and like I said, the FBI is still looking into it. I don't know what the ATF's capabilities are. I would like to believe you can cough not in the mic.
I did that on purpose.
You gun guys in the ATF.
Looking out for him.
I'd like to think that the FBI has some things that the ATF doesn't have. I think they should. I don't think the ATF should have almost any resources. But so it's not over. But here's what I really came out to say. And I'm gonna, for the first time, I think maybe for the first time, I'm gonna give you some other explanations of what could have happened. But before I go into this explanation, you know what else that came out during this preliminary hearing is when they asked him, I said, "What else have you found?" They have said, "We have video evidence from other right now, the doorbell stuff we have is from TMZ.
Yeah.
They have a lot more video evidence.
Well, because
they have a lot more video evidence from the university and other security footage. They have a lot more evidence that we haven't seen.
And what do you always say? Wait till they
wait for it. No, it's fun. Okay. It's fun to play with the information that you have and speculate. But we're over here. Other people are trying to piece a puzzle together. They don't have all the pieces of the puzzle, and I don't mind that. I just said I'll do that. Like it's fun, but to be adamant about it and say I have 3 pieces of a 500 piece puzzle, I know what this thing looks like, is tough.
You've got a cloud. Oh, it looks like the sky or water. I mean,
Right.
it's
So let me tell you what I do know, and now I'm going to add what more just came out. When they went to Tyler's house, he had other bullets that matched the bullets at the crime scene.
the engraved ones.
And what he used to engrave. So now we're matching Tyler's residence to the crime scene. That's very important. If that was all I had, but that alone is like, well, that's pretty huge. Let's go back to everything we do know. If you knew nothing about this story, and I came and I told you, I said, hey, just put your detective hat on. There's a guy that shot another guy at an event. And what we know what happened is the guy on the roof who did the shooting, there's video of him running down the roof seconds after it went off. There's a video of him wanting to get off this roof so bad, as if he just murdered someone. He's willing to take a 25-foot leap to get off this roof.
With no PLF.
That was a heck of a fall he took. He was in a hurry for some reason.
I mean, even pose it as a guy got shot from a roof. We have footage from the back of the roof of a guy
who was on the roof.
Yeah. It's the only person that jumped 25 feet off said roof.
The gun, they have video of him going into the woods exactly where they found the gun. The gun has DNA of the shooter, the supposed shooter, on there. It was recently fired. It had an empty cartridge shell along with others. There's family history linking him to that gun. He sends a text message to his tranny boyfriend girlfriend thing it. He leaves a note behind underneath the keypad saying that I did it. In the text message, he says he did it. If I told you this story and you've never heard of the Charlie Kirk shooting, you'd have been like, well, that dude's guilty.
Yeah. How long till this trial ends?
Right. No one in their right mind, if they never heard this story and I told you everything I just said is true, no one would hear that story and be like, I don't know, did they got the right guy? Sounds like it could have been the Jews. Or sounds like it could have been the government. Sounds like an inside job to me. So here's something else that I always put forward. You have to have a why behind every conspiracy theory. There has to be a why. If you're going to go through all this trouble, you have to have a why behind it. Now, I fancy myself an expert in this field. If you wanted someone removed from this earth, it wouldn't be crazy for someone to come up to me with my background and say, could you do this? All right. So if you're saying this is an inside job that someone else set him up, clearly it'd have to be some pretty powerful people, right? Like
yeah.
So,
and you've got the person that's going to go do it.
well, they're saying he's the fall guy.
Yeah. Say,
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's say
He's
Get
the fall
that
guy.
mic close. Get that mic close, please.
Let's say it's JFK.
Bring it up to you.
Does it? It doesn't.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Oh, he's
there
tall.
we
guy.
go.
Yeah.
All right, so we're JFK in this.
Sure.
Right? So you've got to have someone who's on that fringe, who's willing to do this, who's willing to ignore that all the things that Charlie Kirk did for America and for Christians. So you have to get someone that, I don't know.
Let me help you out real quick.
Yeah.
One, they're saying the FBI planted this evidence. The FBI is behind this. One, you have to find out who has a motive. It can't be the FBI. The FBI is run by a Trump appointee under a Trump administration who's friends with Charlie. He helped get the guy elected. That makes no sense. Zero sense. If we continue down this, no professional in the world would you come to them and say, hey, we got to remove this guy. And be like, all right, here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to I need to find a random video gamer with a
song dedicated to doing this to.
I got to find a random video gamer, and I'm just going to go up to him and say, here's what I need you to do. I need you to go sit on this roof. I need you to bring a gun. Don't ask any questions. Just do that. Okay. And he would go, why would I do that? He has who in the right mind would say yes to that? And if he's a fall guy, he's about to go on trial. You don't think he'd be kicking and screaming and saying, hey, it wasn't me. I was set up. But let me walk this back. I got ahead of myself. I would never even start to do that because when they're like, hey, how are we going to remove this guy? I would never go, well, we got to do it in front of 3,000 people. That's the worst idea in the world. There's so many easier ways to do this. So if clearly a professional wasn't involved, and if a professional wasn't involved, then some sort of higher power wasn't involved. You can't have it both ways.
No.
You can't say this was perfectly executed and then say, oh, and then a very powerful organization did this, because it wasn't perfectly executed. It was executed in the worst way that no professional would ever do it.
Like, even if you said, oh, he was drugged, placed on the roof with the gun. If you're a random dude and that happened, you would just stay there and be like, I don't know what happened. There's no gunpowder residue in my hands. This is not me.
Right.
Like,
So who sent the text message from his phone to his girlfriend that said, I did it?
geolocated to where he was.
It just, nothing makes sense.
Or wrote the letter, which is obviously effectively a suicide letter.
Right. It's this, and
They got the stuff off his hands too. Did they get the?
I'm sure they did.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and say they absolutely did, but I'm sure they did. I did that
first
in
thing.
I did that in Afghanistan and Iraq. I would get
the
residue
stupid
off of people's swab people's hands for residue. So I'm sure they did. So it's just the conspiracy part of this is crazy to say, hey, look, and I get it. I have some questions too. That video I saw of him falling off the roof, it doesn't really look like he has a gun in his hand. I get that. Like there's some other things that don't make sense. But for me to have 98% of everything make sense and then 2% not make sense and be like, well, if 2% doesn't make sense, just the rest.
I mean, it could be bad camera angle. It could be, I mean, there's a multitude of like why you don't see the gun coming off the roof. I mean,
so let's go into ballistics just for a second. And this is, again, I don't know everything, so I have to pontificate. That's a good word. Like other people do, but I don't feel like there's anyone arguing on the other side because logical arguments don't get clicks. Okay, so let me tell you how this absolutely could have worked. You go through history historically when people with a long gun shoot at their victim on their body. You can go Abraham Lincoln, you can go JFK, you can go Donald Trump, and now we're going Charlie Kirk. Where do they shoot them at? Where do they try to shoot them?
head.
In the head. That's where they try to shoot him. I assure you, this guy tried to shoot him in the head. I'm sure he
Misjudged the
did.
distance
But you know what? He had been.
or the slope.
I have another theory. It's just a theory. I put into a ballistics calculator. It's about a 10-inch drop between the middle of his eyes to where that bullet would have landed.
Yeah.
Now, these bullets are well known for being older bullets and being a reloaded type of bullet and caliber. If you don't have a good bullet and it doesn't, they haven't been stored properly, they haven't been loaded properly.
Wet powder.
If you get a
primer.
bullet with about half the velocity that it should have had, guess what you get? A 10-inch drop.
How about this? All of them were engraved, right? Everyone keeps saying, like, shattered, all that. We'll say half those engravings or a portion of them. I mean, I didn't see the casing, but bleed into the chamber. How much pressure is that going to relieve off that round?
There's a lot of things that at least can make like some sort of sense of it without knowing the full picture. But to immediately to go to there's no way, no how the guy with the gun, with DNA on the gun that admitted to it, that jumped off a roof, there's no way that guy did it. What world are we living in? Am I crazy, Drew?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Especially when he
But I'm biased. I'm your brother. I love you.
All right, guys, help me out in the super chats. Make your argument. I mean, this is a debate, but if you come with an argument, you better come with a very good argument that's based in logic and reason. But everything I've seen so far on the conspiracy side just hasn't had that.
It'd be nice if they would at least like tell us what type of 30-06 round it was, like what kind of tip it was. You know, is it a fragmented? Is it supposed to be a fragmented tip? You know, full metal jacket, those types of things. Because and then bullets, they yaw, they deform, they take turns when they start hitting things, especially like bone. It can happen, and especially on a bullet that doesn't have 100% power because it's been engraved on.
I'm telling you, I've done it. I've seen it. Bullets do weird things when they enter the body.
Also when they're undercharged. Like
There's all, again, and if that's, people just want to focus on that and just focus on that. And I just gave you a mountain of evidence of why he got there, how he got there, what he used, and him admitting to it. And everyone's like, well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Don't focus on that. Focus on a fragmented bullet. That said, could have came from his gun, but we can't say with certainty. We don't know if it did or didn't because of the deformation, the fragmentation.
Yeah, and I mean, and a bunch of these questions are going to answer when it goes to FBI, ATF, whoever, and they look at the like 5, 6, 7, how many of the rounds he had there that he obviously loaded at the same time. They're all right. If there's a 30% deviation, 50% deviation from round to round, that's going to give you a really good indication of.
You would have to explain to me someone's theory of why you think Tyler Robinson was there at the event with a gun,
On a roof.
with engraved bullets, with a spent bullet cartridge, but didn't shoot. Make that make sense. Drew, what do we got for super chats?
Well, let's look at the previous situation. All right. We've got Breeze says, hey, boys, Christian, 27 years old, with wife and 2 kids. I believe this is it third group, 20th SFG support?
Okay.
I don't know. You can't read it.
Can't see it,
It's
yeah.
on my image.
Yeah.
Got selected at SFAS.
Oh, nice.
Headed to SFQC this
Okay.
month, slotted for 18 Echo.
Nice.
Any advice?
He was from A320?
He is from 320 SFG.
All right. That was my old battalion, 3rd Battalion, 20th Group. I was Alpha Company.
27 years old, married, 2 kids.
Heck yeah. About that time of your life, brother. There's no magic advice to it. I mean, you're going to do just fine. Just be in the absolute best shape you can be. You're about to go to the Q course. Everything you need to know, they are going to teach you. Now, when it comes to almost every phase of that course, it's going to feel like you're drinking water at a fire hydrant sometimes. But all the information is there, and trust me, I always tell myself, lesser men before me have passed. I may not be the best, but I know there were people that weren't as good as me that also made it. I'm capable of making it. So you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the best, but you do have to give your best. Do that, you'll be just fine, brother.
Soli1234 says regular SEALs have a 50% pass rate into SEAL Team 6. What's the pass rate for Green Berets for Delta? If you could only choose regular SEALs or Green Berets to support you in Delta, who you choosing?
I would like to know, and if you can, you spend like $1, and so super chat, so we know we'll see it. How do you know that statistic is true? I don't think SEAL Team 6 would give out that information.
That seems
high. It seems high. By no means am I calling you a liar. It's just it's a valid question. So how do you know that? Again, I think that's high.
What's the pass rate for Green Berets in the Delta?
But also, how are you going to weed that out from everyone else? Like, because obviously a huge portion of them are Ranger Battalion, and like obviously I would never.
Right.
So,
all I can tell you, I don't like to talk about selection and numbers too much. I can tell you it's much, much, much lower than that. Just out of fun, maybe there's a way because there is a little bit more of a filtered system. So few of them kind of go forward because it's already filtered before they go forward. So that may be the reason why.
Andy Stump was on the recent Dalton Fisher
I
podcast.
got to watch that too. I know he's up
it was
there.
good. He talked a little bit about that statistics and stuff on there.
Okay, so that
Maybe
could be
that's
how.
where they
I
got
just
it.
know
I
it's a
don't
lot
know.
lower. Of course, I'm biased. I've had and would always prefer Green Berets to support me, but that's just me.
All right, we got Panayuri says, happy belated birthday to all Navy Chiefs out there. April 1st, 1893. Navy Chief, Navy Pride.
All right,
Man, absolutely. Thank you. And then
Navy's been getting it on lately.
the Navy's birthday is April Fool's.
Is it just Chief
no,
related?
the Chief. It was
Still,
Navy
it
Chiefs.
still wasn't lost on me that somehow. Yeah, all right. You got to move that. But, maybe way back then. How old is April Fool's Day? There may not have been an April Fool's Day back then, but I have no idea.
I don't know. Chat's okay.
You could definitely do March 31st and it'd be okay.
Magnet, find out the history of April Fools if you don't mind.
It's got to be older than that.
It's got to be old.
I mean,
All
like,
right, we're gonna find that out. We're gonna find that out.
Coalition, as Hat says, what's the B Tucker training split looking like these days? And what was it like when you were still in the military? Did it change a lot as your unit changed?
No, it changed as selection processes and like certain events, like going to mountainous regions, because I knew I had something to go to. But besides that, I believe he's talking about like physical fitness. Physical fitness for my whole time in the military. Once I got into special operations, was lift heavy, run fast. Just that, lift heavy, run fast.
be lean.
Beach body parts. I don't care. I had a troop sergeant major once come at me like, I was like, beach muscles again, Brent? I was like, I think all muscles are beach muscles, aren't they, Walt? I'm like, I think that checks out. Every muscle's a beach muscle. Work major muscles, squats, bench press,
Deadlift.
curls, deadlift, triceps, pull-ups, and go for a run. And eat good. That's the secret. I'll tell you this, I didn't do a lot of long runs. I would much rather be able to run a mile in under 6 minutes, and every now and again 2 miles, and 13, keep it around there. Every now and again, every couple weeks, I go for a 5 mile run just to prove I can still do it, and I got it. But that's what I did. What do I do now? I need to get shoulder surgery so bad. It is not going away. So I'm down to air squats and push-ups.
Rotator cuff.
It's right here in the front.
Rotator cuff.
I've tried everything, and it's just, I should have got it before I left the military. I didn't, and it's just getting worse.
Well, I mean,
I know.
You can just get outsourced. I mean, the VA has that whole program now
Gotta
where
go
you
through
can
the
just.
whole, I know. Gotta go through the whole rigmarole, but I should. If I started it, I could.
No, it's one phone call to your area care provider, and then just say, hey, because they're instantly going to say, oh, it's going to be 9 months or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, get me into the area care. You got a bunch of really good hospitals around here.
I know. Got to start the process.
I got you, Brent. Hey, Brent's birthday is May 11.
Why would you say that?
Brent's birthday is May 11. And don't worry, bro. I'm going to get you a thigh master. You're going to be all right. All right? You don't need your shoulders. You don't need your shoulders for that. And then the cassette tape. Let's get physical. All right. We got just another 11 Bravo in. He says, bourbon money for the boys. Thanks you for the $10, man. We appreciate your love every live. Diamond Poseidon says, did you figure out your cloud defense code issue?
No, I haven't. I reached out to Matt over at Cloud Defensive, and I said, and he was like, "No, it's working. Like it should be good." Probably usually the same way that I would. You know, I'd go into my for us we use Shopify. I'd go to my Shopify dashboard, check to make sure, because sometimes they have expiration dates on them if you don't. And he's like, "No, yours is good." And so I wrote back and I was like, "Hey, it's good." And he wrote me back and said, "Hey, it still doesn't work." And so I was like, "Let me try it." And mine didn't work either. So I wrote him back and said, "Hey, we got to figure this out." So we are working on that. He doesn't know why it's not working. And it's 30% off. It's worth waiting on.
Yeah.
It's worth waiting on.
All right, our boy Solely 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got a lot of questions. So he's got 3 in a row here. All right. So keep that in mind. It says, given the combat experience and NATO training is the Ukrainian military the best overall in the world right now?
No, the American military will always be the best in the world, regardless.
Yeah, not even close.
Regardless. I get what you're saying. Like, experience, real world, current combat experience does matter. But
maybe with drones.
But they'll never be the American military. They'll never have the assets of the American military. They'll never have the capabilities of the American military. They'll never have the Delta Force of the American military. We still have plenty of combat experience, and we're still getting it. We're the best in the world, bar none.
Easy.
Not even close.
Solely back in says, you've said Delta is the best tier 1 unit.
All day long.
What do they do that units like SEAL Team 6 and the SAS don't? How can other tier 1 units reach Delta standards?
To me, it's the culture. The culture of the Delta Force is unmatched, and it will always produce the greatest both individual operator and teams. They will always come to the best conclusion because of their culture, how they look at things. It is hard to replicate that. And the other thing is they have ranges in their own backyard. You guys wouldn't believe how few Tier 1 units have ranges in their backyard, not just a few. Those boys go shooting every day, and they can shoot whatever they want every day at whatever distance they want every day. And when you have a base on the beach, you don't have those capabilities. And so it's also a resource thing.
And also the history. Like of just like Mac v. SOG, that whole, like just that heritage you guys have is unmatched.
And so Sully says, what do you think of how Trump has spoken about his allies, criticizing them for not helping with Iran?
Oh, it really goes to his intent. Usually, like a lot of things, I don't like the way he goes about things, but what he's doing, I'm not mad at. Hey, guess what? The Strait of Hormuz, everyone benefits from that. So if you want to get the benefit of it, pony up and come do something about it. We
don't need it. They do.
Right. And that's what he said. You need a lot more. We got plenty of oil in this country, and we can. And he's been turning on that switch. So I don't mind it being almost like a loyalty test, if you will. And
well, think of how many people have not paid their fair share. How many things we do for allies, and they pony up $0.
right.
But one thing Trump said, that thing with Japan, that was hilarious. Like
when he was like, the surprise
you
attack.
want to talk about surprises? How about Pearl Harbor?
Talking about not telling anybody.
Yeah.
That was just
Epic.
straight, like, mic
That was
drop.
boss. That was
Where's
a
the
boss
gangster
move.
glasses?
He is the boss.
Yeah, it was awesome.
K Diggs says, Mr. Tucker, my favorite green gray. I had a question, but I forgot. Take my money anyway. That rhymed. That was a poet. Look at him,
Didn't
go.
even know it.
Way to go, K Diggs. All right, just another 11 Bravo back in again. He says, it wasn't the Jews, it was the Clintons.
I'm telling you, that would be a much better conspiracy theory. They actually have history of removing people and doing it pretty well. They haven't been caught yet.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Precision with Purpose says the ultra white monster and cigar combo is legit. Keep up the good work, boys. Drew, love what you're doing as well, man. Thank you, Precision. And I believe we are caught up from the previous
April Fool's started
situation.
in France in 1582.
Good gosh.
I knew it had to have been well before America was a nation.
Good gosh. 1500s, you said?
Yeah.
It started in
1582.
France?
Sounds like the French.
It is funny to think, though, that the French were, who are also known for hosting invasions and quitting, came up with April Fools.
Yeah.
April Fools, we're not fighting.
fully-
We're going to war. Not just kidding.
I fool you.
April Fools.
What accent?
That was my mom was French and my dad was Spanish
No,
from
that was
Spain.
my dad. My mom was
So-
French and my dad was Arabic.
All right.
I said Spain.
The Charlie Kirk shenanigans when everything's laid out so easily right in front of us irritates me. So let's get in a funny mood. Drew, bring up the first video. This always makes me laugh. You need me to get into to laugh at something. This will work every time.
I want to move. Here we go. It's moving now.
All right. Boom.
US player crossed the ball into the centre. The New Zealand defender tried desperately to intercept it, but in doing so, she kicked it straight into her own goal. Michaela Moore had just accidentally scored an own goal in the first 5 minutes of the game. It
No
was
one's perfect.
humiliating, but she still had the entire game to redeem herself. And the US certainly weren't expecting.
Sounds like a
what
good
she would
comeback
do
story.
Only a minute later, they put the ball into the centre, and she did it again.
What?
But it didn't matter because now she
Twice in
really
one game?
had something to prove. After all, the game was only 6 minutes in,
Okay.
and now,
All
with a
right.
chip on her shoulder,
Yeah.
she played harder than she
Yes.
ever had before. And just before
Redemption
the end
story.
of the first half, the
You
ball
got it,
came
girl.
in. No, again.
What?
Again.
3?
Really?
No way.
But
Run
hang
off
on
the
a minute.
field.
Michaela had just scored what's known in football as a perfect hat trick. A goal with the right foot, the head, and the left foot. She was clearly playing with the US team, giving them a lead in the first half just so she can tear them down in the second. Oh, no, she got taken off the field and they lost 5-0. As the US player crossed the ball into the centre, the
Wow.
Can't. Oh my gosh. The perfect hat trick.
And is that
On
is
your
that
own
real?
goal.
Is that real?
I looked it
That
up.
can't be real.
I looked it up. I didn't see anything that comment section. I didn't do a deep dive in looking it up, but I didn't see anything that said that it wasn't true. Let me tell you, the comment section was hilarious. It was like, increase the pay gap immediately. and I get it. Hey,
I love the pay. I love when the pay gap thing comes up, and then they do like GDP of their league versus pay, and it's like actually the women's league would owe $37,000 per player.
Right.
Oh, man, I get it. Guys do stupid things too. Stupid things happen in sports. But I don't watch a lot of soccer. I know Magnet does because he's short, so he can relate to soccer players.
And I played soccer.
Right. Well, yeah.
Semi-professionally.
How often do you think an own goal happens on the men's side?
Not often at all.
Not often. Not often at all.
As,
I mean,
not
not
often as
3
much
in a
as the
game.
girls do.
Just one. And when's the last time you saw one?
Oh shit. Me forever.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
So
Didn't the last one I saw, didn't the guy get shot in the parking lot? Remember that down in
Those are soccer players. Those are soccer fans right there.
It was down in it was either Venezuela or somewhere. He scored on his own goal and they shot him in the parking lot.
yeah, actually that checks out.
Do stupid things, win stupid
that checks out,
prizes.
yeah.
You give 3 in a World Cup match?
Oh man.
And I get it. When,
And that was the United States women's team that hates America?
All right, yeah.
Well, that was the hockey team. Team.
No, the women's soccer too.
But doing that to a player sounds crazy because it is. But do you remember when that Florida Gator threw that guy's shoe in the SEC championship game with LSU and we lost because he threw a shoe?
Yeah, classy guy.
I get it.
Yeah.
Threw a shoe?
It was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
But he didn't do 3 shoes in one game.
He didn't get a hat trick on his own net.
Oh, that's
I'm going to throw this shoe with my left arm. I'm going to throw this shoe with my right arm. I'm going to punt the next shoe.
I can't.
Strong hand.
Oh,
Gosh.
what do we got? David's in the super chats. Always.
All right, David
around them sooner or
Hookstead,
later.
we'll jump to him. Well, why don't the Polish get more respect as allies? No kid, they're amazing. Poles went into Iraq prior to Desert Storm to evac our undercovers. Brits and French declined with fake passports, GROM in Afghanistan, GROM, and Iraq 2.0, but they get no love.
Yeah, they got a lot of respect for me as a country a few years ago when one of their spokesmen was asked the question, "How many Muslim immigrants have you guys taken in?" And they said zero. They're like, "And you're proud of that?" He's like, "Yeah, we are." And man, you want to talk about that got better with time? Look what's going on in Great Britain and in the UK. Look what's going on in Germany. Look what's going on in anywhere that Muslims have invaded, because that's what it is. They've invaded that place. Anywhere that's happened has been horrible. Now, and Poland in that same interview goes, but we've taken in a lot of refugees from the Ukrainian war, which was smart because they share a similar culture
And border.
and border. Yeah,
And
it's not like they don't give. It's not like they're inhumane. They just know what's a good idea. As a government, they know what's good for their people. And let me rewind that for a second. The government doesn't know what's good for you. They listened to their people. Their people didn't want it, so they didn't do it.
100%. My first deployment was with Wazikwa. Yep, it was a Polish base.
Oh, really?
There was some. The Poles like to sunbathe. I'll leave it as that. Like it was. That was the because they were all getting ready to leave because they had a shorter deployment schedule. But
Well, when you're short on time, the Americans like to sunbathe too.
I'm not a sun. I'm allergic.
As soon as you made that face, I looked at it. I was like, "Hold on,
Yeah.
maybe not you. Maybe not you."
Clearly.
It's not, yeah.
Like I'm the maybe, but no, it was. But no, they were awesome dudes. Like they like to shoot the big, huge, golly, gun bunnies. They had that weird big cannon.
What was it?
It was like a one. It wasn't like a 155 like we have. It's the next size down.
Okay.
They would shoot those at like 3:30 in the morning.
Really?
For no
Like
apparent reason.
artillery?
Yeah, artillery.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what the name was. They had a name for it.
Man, after decades of Polak jokes, jokes on everybody else now.
No kidding.
I love
it. Yeah.
Good on
I have
them.
one of their uniforms somewhere. I think it's still
Really?
in my A bag at my house.
So obviously we're doing the because you brought it up, the panos for the Patreon, just giving it away. That should be in just a few weeks. And speaking of uniforms, Brotherhood Blades is making me like a custom axe. Ooh. But I told him, I said, I want like over the top engraving, cutting out designs, just an over the top, be the most creative you can and bill me for it. And I'm going to give that away to Patreon. And they were like, hey, well, would be cool. He's like, give us one of your old uniforms and we'll make the handle out of your uniform. And I was like, perfect.
If they don't, do they do Cerakote?
I don't know if they do.
If they don't, we'll Cerakote it for free.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got more stuff coming on the Patreon. Of course, the big one's going to be the panos.
Yeah.
That's coming up in just a couple of weeks. All you guys have to do is just sign up for Patreon, and you are
Did you already get a mount
signed
for
up for that.
Did it come with one?
No, I bought that helmet right there.
And it came with a mount?
Then I bought a mount with the helmet.
Okay, I've got an
another
extra one
mount.
I just gave you.
So yeah, you're getting the whole setup. Because I thought it'd be silly to give you a pair of nods, but if you didn't, if you're not an enthusiast or you didn't, now I gave you something else to buy. Hearing protection, helmet, mount, everything. Just put your panos on and go run around the woods.
If I've got one of the cheaper IR lasers at the shop, I'll send it to you and you can give it to whoever gets
Okay.
it. Because I mean, let's get real. Like the best way to use that is fire a laser with it.
Exactly.
Brent Coalition has hat says Brent new computer fund $10.
It was an internet issue. It was an internet issue.
It was an internet issue.
Yeah.
Correction, router fund.
Yeah.
Let's see, just another 11 Bravo, also for the computer fund. So if you're tuning in
buy
late,
a computer.
yeah, if you're tuning in late, we had some technical difficulties. The router was giving us really piss poor internet, and so these are the first super chats in the latest
Okay.
of the live. The real Justin G87 says Brent computer fund. Also closing song. Rick.
Oh.
Is that Astley? Astley? I don't know. Never gonna
Getting
give
Rickrolled.
you up because we'll never give you up, Brett and Stu. Patriot
thank
Thursday,
you.
boys.
Thank you.
I just wanted to see your brother struggle with that so bad.
You want to help him out? You got it?
What? How do you say it?
Rick Ensley.
There's no
Actually
end in
don't.
there.
I actually don't know.
That's how it's pronounced.
I just know Rick rolled for sure. I forgot about.
It's not my fault if their parents misspell their names. It's not my fault.
Never give you up. That's never come up. That is a first. That's a first request right there.
Just 11 Bravo says, BG's, how deep is your love for the outro? $10. It was good enough for maxing bench press. Send it.
Oh, how much was the Rick one?
$5.
Okay.
But I mean, you got to count
BG's, how deep is your love?
all of his super chats with that, which is a bunch.
Has he done it before?
Just
Well,
let
he didn't put a song.
Well,
with the other.
that's how it goes. These are rules. These are the rules. What else you got, Drew?
Lone Star Oil and Gas.
There he is.
And it says either, what's that?
Yeah, there he is.
Either free beef for life, but can't shoot a gun, or free bullets for life, but have to be a vegan.
What kind of torment are you putting there? I hate to say it. I don't know if I could live without eating steaks.
No.
I almost said something really.
Real Disney.
Yeah, real Disney. I almost said something real Disney. I was like, oh, let's change that word to steaks. Yeah. I don't know if
I'll find a new weapon. I'm eating steak. I'll find a new weapon.
I'm picking up archery. Let's go.
That's it.
Yeah. Well,
Crossbows for
You're
life.
thinking about it?
If he'd said vegetarian, I could figure that one out. But vegan, you can't eat anything. My wife's a vegetarian, by the way. I think I told you that before. But
And if that's what
Vegan?
you choose to do, whatever you want.
I eat meat like 4 days a week.
I know.
Minimum.
I know.
Like red meat for at least 4 days a week.
Yeah. I was. Yeah. Well, pick.
I mean, I'm free beef for life, but I'm.
Yeah. Hurts. That one hurts. That one
I'm
hurts.
just going to throw dynamite sticks. Core sticks of dynamite. I'm going to throw at people.
And if you need distance, you just go to slingshot.
That's it. I mean, come on.
All right,
I'm going to eat
David.
steak a lot more and I'll have to need my slingshot.
Yeah. Because if you think about it, the gun replacement is a lot better than the meat replacement. So now you're at like tofu stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't. That's no replacement. But there are
Oh
other
no, vegan!
weapons.
You can't even eat tofu. It's
Oh,
that
oh,
seitan
really?
stuff because
All
it
right.
can't have a shadow or whatever.
I own a,
Who's making
I own a
these
crossbow.
rules?
I'm eating
No, I'm
steaks.
vegan.
I own
You
a
can't eat
crossbow.
anything.
Yeah, I'm going crossbow.
Yeah.
All right.
Like you can't have eggs.
I'm going to
Like
get a
everything
real
in
mean
life.
airsoft gun. It's going to be a mean airsoft gun.
Yeah. All right. What else we
No
got?
bullets. All right. Sonny Marbury. He
Another
says,
Patreon member.
Yeah, good evening, my family. Mr. Drew, how long is your hair? Mine is 21 inches. When it got it trimmed a few weeks ago, now it's 20. Brent, get with the program and grow your yours, brother. Love y'all guys and Max.
I'm trying. Devin loves long-haired Brent, and I'm trying to give it to her, but I don't know what it's doing up there. It ain't growing at a fast rate, I'll tell you that.
Long hair is a pain in the butt, so this is mine right here,
Locks of love.
and I'm growing it out. I just like
Look at you.
what
at that
the
quaff.
guest from New York, the guy that does really good podcasts.
Dalton
Fisher. He gave me a great
New
idea.
Jersey.
I'm going to grow mine out. I'm going to donate it to cancer and grow it again.
There
That's
you go.
amazing.
That's what I'm going to do.
There you go. I'm going back up to train with New York City's finest early May, and I'll be hanging out with Dalton then again. Awesome. Any you guys up in the New York City area,
Good dude.
let me know. We'll go find a meetup place and go smoke some cigars somewhere.
Coalition back in says, Brent, what's your current training split and what was it while
Yep,
you were
we had that
active?
one.
We already did that. Already did that. Huh.
Yep.
I took.
Okay.
I wonder how those got in the pictures. Anyway,
That's right. Hey, speaking of conspiracy theories off of the Charlie Kirk thing, I don't know if you guys know we're putting people back in space, and so and to the moon, so that's come back up. Drew, yeah, let's talk about let's
Do you
go
have the video of the kid?
let's go conspiracy theory. I don't know, but I have these videos.
No, there was
Let's look for direct evidence, okay? So proving the landings. Apollo 17 was the last time we were on the moon. We had a car there. We had a moon buggy. We were driving around. It was great. Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, which is like a satellite that goes around the moon and takes photos of the moon, can actually see tracks of Apollo 17's car rides.
What?
Right? You can literally see the car rides, and then you can go and see Apollo 17
Are you kidding
and
me?
look at their footage and be like, oh, they went here, and then you can check the tracks and be like, oh, they went here on their moon buggy. And they've been taking photos since 2009. The resolution is about 0.5 meter per pixel. So
crazy.
you can literally see the track. The verification also comes with other nation states. The Japanese with Selene and Kaguya, and the Indian ISRO, they made Chandrayaan-1. They've taken photographs of the Apollo 11 lunar modules that are left on the moon.
I just don't get it.
Right, so you can literally like what? So what? You're telling me that the Japanese and the Indians and the European Space Agency, everyone is colluding?
And then also the
Yeah, the Jews put it all up there.
Yeah, let's look for direct evidence. Okay, so proving the landings. Apollo 17 was the last time we were on the moon. We had a car there.
Is that it?
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
They pixely locked the moon from every camera on. No,
It's insane.
what I
What is
love
going on here?
Even though Neil deGrasse Tyson says he's like the amount of people you would have to get to shut their mouth forever.
I say that all the time.
Yep.
It's easier just to send people to the moon. You still got to launch the aircraft.
Yeah, that's more
You
believable.
You still got to do all this stuff,
Right.
To then just circle the around the Earth for how many days and hope that some kid with a telescope doesn't take a picture of you just chilling.
What kills me is people act like we faked
Everything.
moon landing. Do you know how many times we've been to the moon?
6, right?
6 times.
Says.
6 times we've
7
been.
soon, yeah.
to
Well,
the-
we're going around the moon.
We're going
this
around
time.
the moon this time.
Oh, I thought they
yeah.
were still sending like a rover or something down.
Okay, they might send a robot there, but I don't think
Yeah, yeah.
there's not
There-
going to be
no-
another
no humans.
moonwalk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, this is crazy. We still have the tracks of where it went around. We left the vehicle there, and other agencies are taking pictures of it.
Well, it's not like you're gonna go up there and sweep the moon when you're leaving. Like, these people are ridiculous. They're
ridiculous.
the same people who think the Earth is flat and gravity's make believe.
Yeah.
Have you heard this whole thing about the whole August whatever? We're supposed to lose gravity for like 7 seconds.
Yeah, August 12th.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still going to be inside for
Man, how
it.
do you know that? Amanda won the exact. Yeah, August 12th.
That's her
Yeah,
birthday.
it's
That's her birthday.
No, we're just giving away
August-
birthday secrets
I
here.
read it.
August 12th at 11:30 a.m.
7 seconds.
Well, this is what kills me. So, what's going to happen when that doesn't happen? Are they going to come out and apologize about that? Are all the people who believe that going to lose credibility after they circulated this lie for all this time? No. This goes back to my point of all these things are easily debunked. We still believe in global warming. Al Gore told us in the 90s that 20 years from now, all the polar ice caps are
Gone.
melting and that Florida will be underwater.
And California. You didn't remember that?
And he had a map of all different places in the world that were going to be underwater. Guess what? I go to the same beach with the same exact tides that are the same exact place here in Florida when I was a kid.
You can still see Plymouth Rock with its date on it.
Yeah.
In the Northeast. Okay.
So what happens when they've been screaming this ever since about it. So at what point when these brainiacs that they pretend to know so much and they look down on you for not believing them?
Oh, Y2K.
Well, so Y2K doesn't really count because if they didn't legitimately fix some stuff, it could have been epically bad.
I was rooting for it.
No, I'm just saying, like, if they didn't figure it out like months ahead of time,
Right.
and that had gone through, and then everything gets shifted back to zeros.
Were we gonna live?
Oh yeah, I wasn't
Okay.
saying that. I'm just saying financially, it would have been a debacle.
So my point goes back to all these. And so trust me, I put global warming right into a conspiracy theory, except they made money, tons of money with that conspiracy
Well, who
theory.
made? Remember the map at school? Remember this that had where it was like 2027 or whatever, where after the polar ice caps melted, these are all the lands that are going to be gone. Yeah, you know who made the money off that? Take a wild guess.
Al Gore made a ton of money off that. So here's my problem with conspiracy theories. Can you guys tell me one single conspiracy theory that ended up being true? And that's an honest question. It's an honest question. It's not a loaded one.
Ooh, well,
And I can tell you a lot of conspiracy theories.
the Fruit of the Loom thing. the cornucopia of the fruit of the loom. They found the original patent with the cornucopia on it.
I was
That's
thinking a little more.
Mandela. That's Mandela. But
I'm not laughing because I'm laughing at the conspiracy. I'm laughing because I've never heard of it.
That's the Mandela effect thing. Yeah, but I think if we stay within the traditional conspiracy,
I mean,
hit me up with the super chats, guys. Tell me a conspiracy theory that has absolutely been proven right.
That's
'Cause
something for Alex Jones to debunk right there.
You can go back to the school shootings that he talked about. You can have questions about them, right? But at some point, like someone has to blow the lid off and be like, "Aha, we got you, we caught you." Yet it's, as to my knowledge, right off the top of my head, I don't believe it's happened. Yet we still. How many times are you guys going to fall for this when all the evidence points somewhere else?
But here's the problem. When you ask that question, name one conspiracy that's ever been proven true. All the conspiracy theorists are going to come out with their one conspiracy that they believe is true.
They'll have to prove it. I mean, you have to.
You got to bring support for the claim.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Got to bring support for the claim.
I could think of a couple, but again, it doesn't. They're like the Pizzagate thing.
Pizzagate's a good one, actually.
Yeah.
Pizzagate's a good one.
And that's kind of in this,
that might be the best one, actually. Touche to you, sir. Because the Epstein files really kind of doubled
confirmed
down
that
on
it
that.
was real.
So we were asking for some that got confirmed. I will give you that. I think with the Pizzagate thing, the Epstein
JFK,
files,
I keep seeing JFK. You can't prove it. Like, how are you going to prove the dude on the grassy knoll? You can't.
So if you want to talk about JFK, Lee Harvey Oswald all day long shot him. It was an easy thing. In fact, he wasn't that good of a shot. He missed several times. It was an easy shot. The best thing you can do about JFK is the who was behind it.
Yeah.
Now that one's different, but all the conspiracy theories have to do with who shot JFK. And let me tell you, Lee Harvey Oswald shot JFK.
But I think the bullet that hit what's his name, who's in the front seat, that math
The Secret
doesn't.
Service driver?
Yeah, that math doesn't math. Like the angle in which it hit him.
Let me tell you, we just talked about it.
Yeah.
Bullets do funny things
true.
once they hit bodies and once they
metal,
hit things.
cars, all the jazz. Yeah.
Yep. Let me tell you, I've been there. I've seen it, and I'm a sniper. That's an easy shot. In fact, I can tell you, what's more impressive is that as a Marine and a guy, he actually trained for that shot because I bet he was nervous as can be taking that shot. Those were easy shots. In fact, so when people are like, "You can't replicate this shot. It's impossible. Someone else had to shoot." Then you've never shot a gun.
But
You've
the
never
crazy
seen this.
part, the crazy part that gets me for is that he goes down and just hangs out. Like the balls you got to have if you just did that and you go down to the lunchroom and just chill.
But that's not where he got caught.
No, he went down there. Everyone's scrambling around, and then he fled, and that's when he got caught. But I'm saying to go down there cold as ice, chilling.
Yeah. Well, if everyone's running by you, I guess stay calm for a second, and then go watch a movie later.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. All right, what do we got, Drew?
Well, I think Soli 1234 back in again. He says your connection. I think this has to do with the Kirk stuff. I don't know. Your connection is more vulnerable than a child on a Epstein island.
That's terrible.
That hurt. Man. Well, we're still waiting on the whole story. Thomas Melvin is in. He says, "Can you please tell Magnet to bring snacks to the shop tomorrow?"
Magnet's getting messages in the super chat.
They all know we're getting there early tomorrow.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they're
Yeah,
like,
I gotta
bring
fix this
snacks.
Are you
laser
going?
tomorrow.
Is it bring your buddy to work tomorrow? Is that what you're doing?
He's giving an engraver class to
Okay. Oh,
Amanda.
nice.
I have a few engravers.
I'm aware. We still use that little mold thing that you made for
I
us for our
have,
lighters.
oh.
Let me tell you,
Remind me they're in the van.
that was-
and I've got some.
that was huge. That was huge.
We
You
have,
have no idea.
we have our 3D printer now, so I can make you whatever you want.
I love it. I love it.
And you could watch it like we can make something tonight and watch it on my phone.
You would have that.
Yes, I do.
What else? we got?
Nerd. All right, Brad Freeman.
Sorry for my glasses.
Thanks for the $2, brother. Everything counts. We appreciate it. Rob O'Neill told Nate to quit lying. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's funny.
Okay, right.
All right. Joe Saunders, yippee-ki-yay, says, okay, honest question, no joke. So we might be looking at a factory defect of a 30-06 question, the 1 in a million round. Curious what you think.
Well, they're reloads, right?
Well, we don't know. Like we
thought that was confirmed.
Was that confirmed?
I don't know if the rounds that he made were confirmed, but I know they were old rounds. So
Yeah. Let me tell you, rounds don't get better with age. Let me tell you, it's not a 1 in a million shot because I know of a SWAT cop sniper who also shot a suspect in the neck and didn't have a exit wound. It happens. Weird things happen inside the body. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you it's the norm, but I don't even think it's as high as a 1 in a million.
At least probably maybe 100,000.
well, if it fragmented inside of the body, doesn't mean it hit something, right?
Yeah, it had to
For it
hit something.
If
If
break
it
apart.
didn't hit something, it would have gone through him.
Right.
Right.
So it definitely.
So it definitely, and the only thing that would be a bone,
Right.
More than likely,
Has
more
to be.
than likely.
Not more than it had.
Oh, well,
If it shattered,
And the type of bullet is important.
yeah.
I've seen those gelatin shots of certain bullets that have fragmented inside of a gelatin.
But it's usually, I'm saying the distance wise, like how much mass is here.
Yeah.
I most of those gelatin block ones, it's 4 to 6 inches, which would have.
I see what you mean.
been-
I see what
you know what I
see
mean?
what you mean.
Yeah.
They don't have
Yeah.
bones inside of them either.
Exactly.
Right.
I think they can, but
They
yeah,
can, but most don't.
Most don't.
Yeah.
But everybody that's done an example, there was no bones inside of those.
yeah. For people saying it was impossible,
Nothing in
that is
life. Nothing is impossible.
Right. It's you're hearing what you want to hear, and that's the problem. That's the problem.
100%.
Flowback, thank you for the love. Appreciate it. Just
you,
another
sir.
11 Bravo back in. I'm sticking with the Clintons did it. All right.
I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
That is much more plausible.
Mr. JLR 67's $100. Thank you very much. Very, very much. Have a drink on me, fellas. We can have more than one with that. Hope y'all have a great Easter. Absolutely. Easter's up.
Thank you.
Man, did y'all see that Passover moon last night?
No,
Dude, it was
Drew, what's
huge.
the Passover moon?
Well, the first full moon of April is Passover. So,
There you go. If you didn't know, now you know.
yeah, it was huge, man. It was a big old beautiful moon. It lit up the field last night. So bright. The real Justin G87 back in. Candace Crash Out will be hilarious during trial.
Drew, I hope we can find it real quick. Go to Instagram, and if you scroll up far enough, the other way, you'll see a Candace Owens clip. I believe it is in there. Boom.
Getting close to something, keep going, and we are definitively getting closer to what took place on that day, and we are getting closer. I think we're close. We are definitively getting closer. We're getting close. We're getting low. Very close. We're inching ever closer. We are now, I believe, extremely close to solving this thing. As I get inch closer and closer to discovering the truth, I've got a feeling about that. We're close. We're getting closer to something, and that something is pretty big. I just sense that we're getting close. I sense that we are getting very close, and we are getting closer. We're getting very close to something. We're getting
Yeah, it's called
closer
Christmas.
because we are getting close. We are definitely getting closer. Very close. We are very close. We are close.
Man,
we are
who made this?
dangerously
I know.
close to something.
The amount
we
of
are
time.
getting close to something. And I think every day we are inching closer to who killed Charlie Kirk. You know we're getting close. We're inching ever closer. We are inching closer, a little closer to solving the Charlie Kirk murder. And I'm getting very close. And we are getting very close. But I'm getting closer. I'm getting real close.
Someone's
My
gotta make a
prayers are
t-shirt.
with you, Candace. You are close. We are close. And we're getting
Okay.
closer
It's-
to the
it's-
truth.
Do we get it?
Closer.
I mean,
we are getting close.
getting close to the
close
end
to
here.
something. Keep
All right.
going. And we
Guys, for those of you, I'd like to believe we have a great audience, and you can absolutely believe different things than I believe. Of course, you have to come with evidence and proof, and I will gladly debate it and talk to you about it. But that right there is the type of person that does this conspiracy theory, and you're telling me for 200 days straight, there are people that listen to her say, we're getting close, and don't realize that there's only two reasons why Candace is doing this. She's either riding this wave because people keep falling for the same thing over and over, or she's that dumb, and it's one or the other. So I don't want to be, it sounds like really harsh to say, so either you're that dumb or she's that dumb. And that's harsher than I really want to say it.
And both could be true.
But come on, guys. Like that's one of your leading conspiracy theorists of the Charlie Kirk situation. And she's been dragging you guys along for 200 days.
She's getting closer.
Off the littlest of things. The littlest of things. All right.
Is she given like a...
But she's got an inside man.
Yeah.
Always. She's always got an inside man.
I know.
Never an inside woman, by the way. I want to make that known. Joe Saunders back in. He says, okay, honest question again. If the young fellow was assembling his rifle in a rushed mood, what if he screwed up his zero? I mean, NVM?
Never mind.
Okay. You said that's why there's a 10-inch drop. Still curious on what you think.
That is, I'm not adamant about why the 10-inch drop. I'm telling you one thing that could be possible, ballistically possible. A round that's not exiting at the speed that it should be can cause that. That is another thing that can cause that. If anytime, and especially that type of gun, that's not really made, like the breakdown gun that I used to use was made to be taken apart, put in a backpack, put back together, and still maintain its zero. It was made for that. That gun was not made to be taken apart and put back together and maintain its zero. I absolutely agree with you. That is a possibility.
Well, I mean, just look at subsonic ammo versus not. Like, how much of a zero drop is that? And that's factory built ammo. I mean, 300 blackout, that's what, at least 10 inches at.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably more than that.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Okay, Dub's War Room says still doesn't make sense why they set up his tent in a sniper's paradise. Also shady that they paved over the crime scene almost immediately after.
Well, I will tell you this. I don't think it's shady that they set him up in a sniper's paradise.
Well, a tent is shady. That's why you put them up, guys.
I see what you did there.
That was good.
I'm sure he's had threats before. There's never been an issue before. Like there hasn't been this thing before. How many times has he been in the middle of thousands of people underneath a tent? So that's not shady.
Every speaker sets up in a sniper's paradise.
Right.
I mean, that's true.
Right. Every speaker that goes to a college campus like that sets up in a sniper's paradise to some degree.
Place.
Now I'll tell you this:
hours.
That'll never happen again because of this. Because of the peaceful, open-minded left, we now have to change the way people talk.
Right. Trump's too.
That's right.
Trump's.
What? I know. We're supposed to be the violent ones. We're supposed to be the closed-minded ones. We're supposed to be the knuckle draggers. We're supposed, and they do it over and over again. And the other thing is, I didn't know that they paved over the crime scene almost immediately, but if you're paving over something on the ground, all the evidence has to do with the perpetrator. I don't really care what they do to the ground.
I mean, as soon as it rains.
Right.
Like,
so I don't think that's.
So what is it?
Dub's War Room. I don't think that's as shady as maybe you think it might be.
I think it's a good point, though. I think it's a good point. I mean,
I
mean, it's a. I think they definitely dropped the ball on that. I mean, they should have locked that scene down for sure. I think it's more. either incompetence or overconfidence that they have all the information they need. And so what's the big deal? So
I mean, how long do they have to lock the scene down?
I thought generally, like, I mean,
Right.
let's just say normal crime scene. Isn't that like a week? I don't know.
24 hours? I mean,
Yeah.
48 hours? I mean,
20 to 48 hours. But if it rains, it's
Right.
water.
Well, one, wasn't he on a stage?
no,
He was not on a stage.
No, that, yeah,
on the ground.
yeah.
He was on the ground.
no, he wasn't.
I thought it was slightly, or was like a platform.
no,
Okay.
On the grass.
Okay.
Yeah, the grass.
grassy knoll.
Don't conflate the two. And I don't. I mean, if they paved over, I don't know what evidence that you're looking to find on the grass.
evidence should be gone already.
Right, that you couldn't have found within sweeping over it within hours.
It's also coming into the plans to
And
concrete
again,
over it.
and I don't make me be a broken record. None of that changes. A guy on the roof with a gun that had shot around, that guy who ran off of a rooftop and jumped 20 to 30 feet, that guy who sent a text message to his thing that said, "Hey, did you do that?" And he said, "Yeah, I did that." The same guy who left a note. It's the same guy who has DNA on the gun. We can go down the list and down the list. Tell me what paving over that grass has anything to do with the evidence pointing towards the criminal who did this.
I'll tell you, Brent.
Please do.
Because what they had to concrete over that in order to hide the revolving door that gave them the carcass of the dead body, and
I get
then
it.
Charlie Kirk is
get
down
it.
and he took off. He's still alive.
He's still alive.
I mean, he's living in Saudi Arabia now, so he's good.
Maybe.
I mean, if this was a conspiracy, it will be the best movie ever made. Because this is something Hollywood style.
No one will agree on this.
I know. No one will agree on
the story.
on the script. Yeah. What else we got, Drew?
Zuby says, Brent, from a tactics perspective, what from Ukraine, the war, is the U.S. not taking lessons from, and anything you've seen so far that you love and hate about the overall operation? Drew, Christian Enlightenment versus Judeo-Christian.
All right. First things first. I don't think there's anything we're not taking lessons from. We are combing over that with a fine-tooth comb to learn everything we can about our enemy. And what that's showing us is how incompetent Russia is. And we thought they were some world superpower, and they're absolutely a shell of an army that we thought they were. However, out of necessity, this war has really escalated drone warfare.
100%. That's exactly what I was
And
going to say.
that's what we need to learn. And trust me, we are learning from it, and we are getting better at both our drone offensive operations and the defensive side of that because of what's going on over there. We are learning everything we can about that.
Have I told you about my buddy Matt's company that makes the drone bullets? Have you seen those yet?
No.
Man, he's going to kill me because I bet you he's watching. But so it's something ordnance, but they make this 5.56 round that has like 6 or 7 projectiles in it that is solely like their first year of production. I talked to them at SHOT Show about it, but their whole first year of production is all going to combat. It loses no effectiveness, no effective range, nothing. And it's stacked projectiles that go into a honeycomb when they're shot to take out drones. It's
Wow.
I'll call them later and I'll get you a mag of them.
Okay.
They're incredible.
Yeah.
As far as Christian Enlightenment versus Judeo-Christian, it depends on how you define Christian Enlightenment. I mean, if you're doing that biblically, or if you're talking about the age of the Bible becoming in people's languages and science being advanced because of freedom of religion and things like that. Judeo-Christian, all that just simply means is the moral law of God. Old Testament, New Testament, we agree on the moral law of God.
A couple things. What do I love and hate about the operation? I love that we're gaining knowledge from an enemy that we didn't have to shed American blood for. And what I hate I hate some of the war crimes that is going on the Russian side, and I don't think the media has really given it enough attention, and people are, especially our leftist colleges that hate America and love anything communism, is getting a look at what communism really is and the type of morals they have. Let me tell you,
Or lack thereof.
I've been there to Ukraine. I don't sit there and brag about it. I was one of the first people to see some of these atrocities and some of these American eyes that were in some of these towns. And let me tell you, it was absolutely disgusting. And I've been a part of war for almost 2 decades, and I've never seen America do anything like that. They think we're this evil empire that does all these war crimes. You have no idea what your beloved communism does on the battlefield.
Well, look at Putin. Every single one of his speeches, all this, it's all propaganda. It's all people set up. When you have to wear a vest to your own speech in your own country, and you're the loved dictator, should give you a good insight on how loved you are.
Yeah.
It's a good time to take a break.
Okay.
I think we'll hear a word from our sponsors.
All righty.
All right, guys.
Let's do this.
We are more than makers of steel. We are brothers in craft, bound by purpose and forged in pride. Every blade we shape carries the weight of the hands that built it and the hearts that will wield it. Brotherhood Blades stands for those who refuse to quit. The protectors, the workers, the doers. We forge with integrity, we carry with pride, and we stand shoulder to shoulder with those who live by the same code. Brotherhood Blades, forged in freedom, carried with honor.
If you've ever been to any of my tactical training classes, then you know how adamant I am about the use of white light and the importance of a quality, high-powered tactical light. That's why I use cloud defensive tac lights. You can't hit what you can't see, and neither can the bad guys. Clearly identify your target and simultaneously overwhelm his vision with hundreds and even thousands of lumens. Get serious about defending yourself and your family. Go to clouddefensive.com and use promo code Tier1 to get 30% off your order. That's right, 30%. You won't find a better light than this, and you won't find a better deal than this.
Revenge is an act of passion. Vengeance is an act of justice. Injuries are revenged. Crimes are avenged. Almost a century ago, big pharmaceutical companies re-engineered medical school curriculum and faculty with one goal: putting profit before progress. Anyone pushing back against the medical matrix they carefully crafted was threatened, silenced, censored, financially ruined, or worse. They are the problem. We are the solution.
You're clear to engage. Initials Mike Juliet Alpha. You're clear to engage with weapons. You're clear to engage with weapons.
And we're back.
All right. I have some humble pie to eat. Yeah, sometimes it happens.
And we talk about a lot of stuff. Can't get it all right. Can't be an expert on everything. But we ain't bad on most.
Last live, someone said, "Hey, when you gonna do an episode with or on David Hacksworth?" We were in talks with another guest with the first name David. First thing that came to mind. In fact, right now we're talking to 4, 5, 6, probably guests trying to line things up. And so I said, we're in talks with David. He'll, hopefully he comes on. I'll get back with you. We'll figure that out. Well, that comment was about David Hacksworth and a YouTube a handle by the name of War in HD. If I get your name right, I hope I do. Left a comment section and said, What David Hacksworth are you talking about, Brent? He died in 2005. I thought you were going to do a history episode on him. Something along those lines. And so we are not in talks with David Hacksworth, and I got that wrong. And I said, you know what? I really appreciate you pointing that out. I will make fun of myself the very next live, which is what I'm doing. But I do one better to make sure that I don't forget who David Hacksworth is, and you guys know who he is. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you about him just real quick in case you do. Have you ever heard of him?
That name sounds super familiar.
All right. I'm gonna read some stuff. This is who he is, and I apologize about that, guys. David Hacksworth was a United States Army officer and journalist who was highly decorated in both the Korean and Vietnam War. Hacksworth is known for his role in the formation and command of Tiger Force, a military unit from the 101st Airborne Division that used guerrilla warfare tactics amongst Viet Cong and South Vietnam. He was the youngest U.S. colonel in Vietnam at the time of his promotion. He was described by General Abrams, who commanded the U.S. military operations from 68 to 72 in Vietnam, as the best battalion commander I ever saw in the United States Army. That's saying something.
Like Abrams tanks, Abrams?
I don't know. I don't remember exactly who General Crichton Abrams is. If he's connected to him, but there you go. He had a sense of adventure at age 14. Hackworth lied about his age and paid a transient to pose as his father so he could claim to be old enough to join the United States Merchant Marine with a parental consent in 1945. He served aboard a merchant marine ship in the South Pacific Ocean during the final months of World War II. After he returned home to California, he decided to join the Army in 1946. He used his merchant marine documents to enlist for 3 years. After completing his initial training, he was assigned to post-war occupation duty as a rifleman in the 351st Infantry Regiment. His unit was part... anyway, let's move on to Korea real quick. Hackworth fought with the 25th Reconnaissance Company during the Korean War. He gained a battlefield commission as a second lieutenant in 1951 and was awarded 3 Silver Stars for heroism and 3 Purple Hearts after a successful raid on Hill 1062 and battlefield promotion to first lieutenant. The commander of the 27th Infantry Regiment offered Hackworth command of a new volunteer raider unit. Hackworth created the 27th Wolfhound Raiders and led them from August to November 1951. He subsequently volunteered for a second tour in Korea, this time with the 40th Infantry Division. Hackworth was then promoted to captain. Let's get over to Vietnam real quick. When JFK announced that large advisory team was being sent to South Vietnam, Hackworth immediately volunteered for service. His request was denied on the grounds that he had too much frontline experience. You're too good. Get out of here.
It's B-League.
And that others who had seen less fighting or none should have an opportunity to acquire experience in combat. In 1965, he deployed to Vietnam at the rank of major and serving as an operations officer and battalion commander of the 101st. In 1965, Hackworth founded a platoon-sized unit called Tiger Force. To be a major and getting to run around with a platoon-sized element is awesome. He described Tiger Force to out-guerrilla the guerrillas. The unit carried out long-range reconnaissance patrol duties, suffering heavy casualties. It was eventually awarded the Presidential Unit Citation. However, the Hackworth was reassigned out of Vietnam. That unit committed a series of war crimes.
You don't say.
The unit committed a series of I shouldn't laugh about that.
No.
Series of war crimes with U.S. Army investigative records estimating that Tiger Force soldiers killed hundreds of non-combatants. Hackworth later stated in an interview to the Toledo Blade that he was unaware of the war crimes the unit carried out and refused to speculate on why they occurred. Cleared my book. Hackworth quickly developed a reputation as an eccentric but effective soldier, becoming a public figure with several books. So anyway, we go on and on. He ends up and he comes back to Vietnam a couple more times, and he ends up speaking out publicly against the Vietnam War, but really because of how it was handled and the incompetence of our generals and politicians. And he was forced, then he got investigated about that and forced to retire. And what an awesome man. In the face of combat, he will face America's enemies. And then in the political world of not letting the men he commands do what needs to be done because of bad leadership, he's willing to speak out about that too. That's who he was. And I may do a more in-depth podcast on him. He's definitely on the list. Everybody, David Hackworth. Awesome.
Was he in the Chosen Reservoir?
Or also, one of his nicknames was Mr. Infantry. That's actually a pretty cool nickname.
That's a wicked cool.
How cool do you have to be? The infantry's huge.
And you're
how cool do you have, and you're
Mr.
Infantry? I like that. Man,
3 silver stars. That's
3 silver stars and 3 purple hearts.
And one or two of those were.
Hold on. We're not done. He earned more in Vietnam. I just didn't want to spend a whole hour on him. Let's go through his awards real quick. Distinguished Service Cross, 2. 2 Silver Stars, 10. Legion of Merit, 4. Distinguished Flying Cross, 1. Bronze Star with V device, 8. Purple Hearts, 8 Purple Hearts. It's crazy.
How do you get as a distinguished Flying Cross?
You are Mr. Infantry.
He was a pilot in there?
It got denied. I got put in for a distinguished for a Flying Cross as well. If you're in an aircraft that does you can be awarded it.
Or I wonder if you could, if like a plane went down, he went and got the guys out of it, kind of deal. Would that kind of qualify too?
No, I think you have to. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. I just know I was put in for an air medal because I was in a Chinook that was yanking and banking and dodging RPGs when we saved an American contractor that was at a power plant. And the name of that plant is I can't believe that's escaping my mind right now. But anyway, so I gotta find out more about that. That's crazy. So there you go. I figured out again, eat my humble pie a little bit and tell you a little bit more about that man. And you know what? As someone who loves military history, to let that one slip by me and not know enough about that guy and hearing about what he did, shame on me. There you go. I said it. I'll do it.
Golly, that's a lot of money.
Wow.
Can you imagine that rack of ribbons?
I can't actually.
That's where they have the ones where it's like.
Yeah. That's where the term Mexican general kind of comes from. You can't. That's going to give you back problems. All right.
Well, if he was wearing dress blues.
Any super chats to go to?
We got
real
plenty.
Quick, Drew? All right, let's go to it.
Magnum Handout says, just checking in, boys. Does FRCC have any plans to release a line of energy drinks? I'd buy the shite out of them.
We got a lot of plans. That one's on the lower end of it. I'd love to.
We've actually emailed a guy one time about it, but
and if I get away, and it tastes just like a white monster.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even hide it. Wouldn't even hide it. I'd be like,
it's still being a white can.
Yeah.
But it's actually purple.
Yeah.
Stop.
FRCC white.
Stop it, sir.
Chip Eater, thanks. Thank you very much.
All right.
Scott Wickstrom says, Israel is so good. They told Trump in 1980 to start the bombing Iran talk. They knew in 46 years Trump would be president and they could use him to attack Iran. The best negotiator president was tricked into it.
I'm telling you, there are people that would believe that story and be like, yeah, that's true. That's true. They're amazing. If they were so great, you think they could solve some of their own country's problems. That's how I can tell you they're not that great, They can't figure out their own stuff, yet manipulate the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
They're not in charge of their own temple mount.
Right. They have to share their temple with Muslims. They can't figure their own country out, but they can control.
They can't
all of
control
ours.
their neighbor Gaza.
Yeah.
I mean,
Get out of here.
get out of here. Forget about it.
Don't let me hit you with logic.
The real Justin GA7 says, Brent, I met Dr. Lynch last week. He was in the unit. He did my SGB procedure for my PTSD.
Oh.
He said he knew you and you were a solid dude.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He's doing amazing work helping vets with PTSD. Look him up.
Yes. And what he's SGB is a stellar ganglion block. Look at the big brain on me. I don't think it works. You have to say it to yourself about yourself, but I was just proud to remember that one.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, Dr. Lynch is a good dude.
Questionable.
Jim says, I would like to be a fly on the wall if Charlie's PSD conducted an AAR on the incident. Kind of doubt it, though. I watched the AIC of Charlie's PSD on the Sean Ryan show. Was not impressed. RLTW.
Great job, Drew.
Had to say the last one with letters.
And way to go,
since everything
Jim
else was
0175. Way to get that. You get the award for most acronyms and one super chat.
Rage lead the way.
That was hitting a number.
Yeah, you know what? I don't. Let me tell you what that AR is going to look like. It's going to look just like this, man. Yeah, we just didn't really. No one's ever done that before. Like, we didn't think about it. We should have. We should have thought about that. We should have had a drone up. But guys, it's never happened before.
Ever.
How are we supposed to think that it would happen today? I'm not making excuses, for that. But yeah, that's what he would say. And in the time, that mindset would feel right. It just would. Complacency always feels right at the time.
A keyword at the time.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm warning a dork in the chats.
Drew,
All right.
hey,
Yeah.
who is that to?
JAH. Ja.
275? Yeah, you can go ahead and kick him out.
Yeah.
So
I have an idea who it is, but I'm not sure.
yeah, no, he's a Patreon member of another podcast, and him and other guys from that podcast openly say that they come over here and try to troll us during our podcast.
Oh, good. So there's other guys?
Yeah.
So I'm going to kick this Joe Ring 8 guy because he's a dork.
Yeah. And guys, and any of my followers who's listening, let me tell you this. Don't ever go to another podcast and troll another podcast. That is not who we are. That is not what we do.
What do we do? Solely 1, 2, 3, 4 says regarding 50% pass rate into SEAL Team 6 by regular SEALs. Heard this from ex-SEALs and a documentary, I think by Discovery. One of these SEALs was Rob O'Neill. But by the way, how's the core battle with him?
The system's slow. There absolutely no news on that front. There may not be for months. And if that's true, judging by what you said, I think that's how it's true. They have their invite only. Their preliminary screening only gets so many people to
if you're not recommended, they know you can at least
right. And that may be the answer to that. But if you think about it, then that 50% is a little bit skewed because there was a screening before the screening.
Yeah, so it's and probably a couple.
Right.
Well, I mean, you have the
go.
huge initial screening of that it's only SEALs.
But I really appreciate the update on that and tell me where you heard it. Yeah, I really appreciate it, Sully.
Let's see. Michael Hendricks says, Bert, everyone is all about lumens. But in a house, too much light on my rifle washes out my dot and reflects off the walls back on me. What is the sweet spot for lumens for CQB? That's a pretty cool question.
It's all about lumens. But in a house, too much light on my rifle washes out my dot and reflects. Yes. All right. Let me give you an answer for that. and I don't take this the wrong way. If you need that light, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, if that white light is coming back on me and washing out my red dot, then I can't engage something. It's only washing back on you because it's on a white wall where there is no threat.
Object.
Once there's an object, a person with clothes and darker material that will absorb that light, your reticle will become bright as day. You will see it just fine. So what you're worried about is a non-shoot situation washing out your red light when you don't need it. Hopefully that makes sense. Here's something else that I kind of want to tell you. You really shouldn't be seeing that because your eyes can move a lot faster than your gun ever can. So when I step into a room, my eyes are whipping around. My gun is right behind it, but I'm not in my reticle, so I would never be able to see that. And as soon as my eyes catch something that I need to interrogate, then my red dot catches up a second later, and you'll be able to see that red dot. So I hope that explanation helps you. Don't ever go with less white light because of that situation. White light, white light, white light.
So,
and if you want more of a conversation on this, I will have it with you. This is something I'm very emotional about. Email me on at the tier1podcast@gmail.com. Say that you're the white light super chat guy, and we can talk about this in depth.
So if you had to peg a number, 1,000, 750, 500, 1,300, like
minimum's 1,000. Minimum's 1,000. That's easy. There's 2,000 lights out there, but it's easy. Guys,
what is it? The X.
And then people argue about candelas. I don't want to get into candelas and lumens. It's just easier to keep it simple right now and be like, 1,000 lumens. Guys that have like 500 lumen pistol lights on their gun because it's lighter. No, I want it to be 1,000. I want it to overpower that guy. I want it as soon as it hits his eyes for him to go, oh, that hurts, and I cannot look at you. That's what I want. What else we got, Drew? That was a good question. That was actually a really good tactical question. Thank you for that.
Welder Faber says, no dog in this fight, Charlie Kirk. I'd love to see you and Nate talk about it in real time. Both you guys make sense, but completely different opinions on the topic. By the way, CBD stopped my shoulder surgery 6 years ago, full spectrum.
How do you want me to get that CBD? Smoking?
No, I mean
gummy wise.
You get the non-THC, just the rub-on stuff that is topical.
Okay,
they make it's like a gel, right?
Yeah, but it depends on the injury though too.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm willing to try anything before I go to surgery. I've lived with it for this long. I can wait a couple more months trying one more thing.
Have you tried the that barometric chamber thing?
I haven't. The reason why is because I don't have time. That's a time thing. And that O2 therapy, I can't remember exactly, but they want you to go in like 3 or 4 times a day or several hours a day, and you have to do it day in, day out.
Was it twice a day for 10 days maybe?
It's something
like a morning and a night. My buddy JP did it at what's that clinic down here? Like
VA.
Like NACO.
Oh, NICO. Yeah. I know. You think I'd prioritize my body more, but I don't. I'm just going to work I'm just going to work myself to the ground. Look, old habits die hard, Drew.
I've heard it all night tonight. So what's funny is, a lot of y'all know, Brent, when he was very young, had a speech impediment, and he grew out of it.
Really.
But because I'm his older brother and I've lived with him his whole life, I hear it all the time. I hear little residual things. I'm like, there it is. There it is.
God.
It's funny. All right. Right. Wingnut said, $100, man. Thanks for the love. What song do you want? But you didn't put one. I don't know. Maybe next time. Y'all see old boy Bazarian say he wanted to go to unlive Israelis. There's a video out there.
Oh, I hope not. I hope he doesn't say that.
Dan.
Yeah.
And let's see. We
But
did Dave.
if he said that, I don't know that he said that. But if he said that, let me tell you who's leading all these like conspiracy theories. Him, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson. Like, you don't have like respectable people out there going, oh, let me tell you about this. Like, if those crazies is who you want to identify yourself with, that it should say a lot about their opinions. And so why would you ever be a part of that? I'll never understand it. I really won't.
Hold on, I gotta kick
Speaking
another
into
door.
a vacuum thing, right?
All right. Alex says, haven't caught a live in a few, but good to see you guys. Brent, what do you think over everyone calling Joe Kent a coward? Seems dumb to me given his service and wife's sacrifice to the country.
Yeah, I don't think I would call him a coward by any means. I do call into question this. There's a lot of videos of him out there because the internet goes on. Even when you change your mind out of nowhere, it seems, we know what you said before. And he had a lot to say about how evil Iran was. I saw several interviews of Joe Kent saying what a threat Iran was. And then if you're under FBI investigation and then you all of a sudden change your mind and leave your job, well, that seems odd. I'll just say that. So he didn't always feel that way. So what changed? That would be my question. What changed?
Let's see. Hey, boys, ever get a chance to work with Australian 2 Commando? Any exposure to the Tactical Assault Group, domestic army counterterrorism, if enacted? Would the American Tier 1 boys be keen to reciprocate that if allowed?
I worked with the other side, the Australian SAS guys, but not their 2 Commandos. And the SAS guys, man, they were funny, and they're exactly who you think they are. They were studs. They were hilarious, and they could drink. That they were fun to hang out with.
I met one of the SBS dudes.
Okay,
He seemed also he was hammered drunk.
which I loved. I'm like, yes. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted, actually.
But this actually, I met him like super. Actually, I think it was at NRA. It's like super later.
All right, just for the chats, there's a couple of you in there. Thursday nights for the men, you come in here acting like a boys, I'm gonna kick you out. It's just that simple. Soli1234 says, you said you'd interview Matt Tunro's former commander Hugh Kerr. Then you left that other podcast. So can this happen on Tier 1? Would be great to see you guys remember Matt and the
yes, absolutely.
Paras who saw the most combat along with some others.
Yeah. Please email us thetier1podcast@gmail.com if you have any connection to them. That one is near and dear to me. I will reach out to him. Hopefully he's here stateside because we don't do remote podcast. It was only a few days ago that it was the anniversary of us losing 2 absolute amazing men of John Dunbar and Matt Tunro. So thank you so much for bringing that up and saying his name and reminding me so I can remind everyone about that.
Just another 11 Bravo back in. No kidding. Was it Qua? Been there.
Wow. Waziquan? I don't know.
That's where I was in Waziquan.
Oh, that's where you were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that was under old Freddie Kim. He actually went on to be a first group guy.
Yeah,
it's really good.
let me tell you, when it comes to the chat, guys, you guys can, if you're having a debate, or something sort of like cordial back and forth. We're not some.
No, we're not doing that. That's not what they're doing.
We're not some guys who's like, oh, you don't believe everything we believe, get out of here. That's something we would never do.
Nope.
But if you're clearly just in here trolling, you're no value added to our chat, and we just can't have it. So please, you can anyone's more than happy to stay and disagree with me. In fact, I kind of like that sometimes when you do it in a thoughtful way.
Yeah, and screenshotting and sending it to another fucking patron is BS too.
that's an interesting move.
Let's see. Diamond Poseidon says maybe fate doesn't want me to have the light, and luck will be on my side when it counts for the nods. That's it, man. Solely 1, 2, 3, 4. Outside of Tier 1, which unit from U.S. military performs the best in firefights? If you say Green Berets, due to history, not including them.
That actually was. Thank you for doing that. Because historically, man, that'd be true. I mean, I got to give it. I have to give it to the 2-2 SES from the UK. They're an amazing group of men, and they have been ever since World War II. They've been doing it for a long time. They've only gotten better.
Well, I think he was saying from the U.S. military.
I thought you said other than. I'm sorry.
So, like,
if you say Green Berets due to history,
Ranger Recon.
Perform best in firefights. That's a good. Oh, it's good. Outside of Tier 1 too, so I can't even get the softball to throw it over to SEAL Team 6. Oh, that's a really, really good one. You know what? And it's not. I'm not just being like political about it. I don't know if you could really measure that. Let me tell you, Rangers, Green Berets, SEALs, Raiders. Those Americans stand up and they give the enemy absolute hell equally and effectively. They've been doing it for a long time. So good news. There's a lot of badass Americans out there outside of Tier 1 still. I assure you. And the enemy has found that out over and over and over again.
Drunken Christian says, Occam's razor. Is it maybe that the round became unstable and keyholed into Charlie's neck sideways? Would explain the wound and not exit, as it would have lost a ton of energy in flight.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's, So you bring up Occam's razor. I don't know if I would exactly call that Occam's razor, but the whole evidence that no one fights about that we lay out is Occam's razor.
Yeah.
Like if you lay out all the evidence that we definitely do have and we say, hey, what's the most likely scenario with what we know?
Yeah.
It would be that Tyler Robinson won absolutely 99.99999% of this did it. But yeah, what you said about the tumbling of the bullet, once it starts to either tumble or yaw and become unstable, as soon as it penetrates, it will go wildly different places and it will dive quickly inside the body. And as soon as it hits a bone, it is breaking apart.
Kane Korsov says, what are each of your personal definitions of success in this life?
Kane Korsov, good to see you in the super chats, brother. Drew, start that off with you, man. What's your definition?
Oh man, my definition of success is to know my Lord, my Father, my Savior, and that my children and my children's children, along with their wives and husbands, do the same. And we see each other on the other side. That's it for me.
You're not going to like this, Magnet. I know you're quiet. You don't do these questions. What do you got? What's success for you, brother?
I think pushing through diversity and just giving 110% to everything that you do.
I don't know diversity was so important to you.
Well,
just equal representation of all colors and walks of life. I love that about you. Richard?
I mean, obviously God is 100% first. Like, it's one of the, I mean, that's why I was in Guatemala in January. And foremost, my immediate family, the people that are closest to me, I want them. I mean, luckily enough, I brought one of my best friends to start coming to church with me again, and I prayed about that a lot. But also bringing the word of the Lord to as many people as you can. I mean, I think that's why we're all here, is to help impact in the best way that God gave us the tools that we have to impart that on other people. I think that's success. I mean, that's a success you can't measure.
For me, of course, no surprise. Drew hit the nail on the head. If you don't have a relationship with your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, how could you have success in this life when the end of this life is not having a relationship with Him and spending an eternity in hell? I mean, it's a very simplified, straightforward answer, but you can't tell me there's any success in this life outside of that. And then for me, it's a little 1-2 punch to find a significant other and enhance their life in the same way they enhance mine. And of course, equal to that would be the success of my kids are a direct reflection of my success. So it really depends on what they do, and if they do well, then I did something right.
Well, I mean, I think by you giving them the foundation in Christ, you already know what the outcome is.
Right. A lot of those things are connected.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Great question.
Brad Freeman says computer fund, lawsuit fund, FRC cigar and coffee. Just take my paycheck already.
All right. Well, so far, I think we're up to like $40 or $50 for the computer fund. I don't know what we can get for that, but you get some deals on Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to be looking.
Soli says, would you guys ever do in-person events? I'm sure people would buy tickets to hear you speak.
You can hear me speak every Thursday night.
Free.
I've done it before. But I don't do it a lot because I've been trying to limit my traveling between training, between HB, TRT. Drew's taken over the lion's share of FRCC, but I'm still trying to get the bourbon in different places, different states, different venues, and of course the podcast. It's really hard to go do speaking events as well.
Welder Faber says, to your point about the sea rising, there is a picture from over 200 years ago from Australia of a lighthouse. The sea level is the exact same today. I'll go with Rick Roll for outro.
Adding on to it. Oh,
that's 40
and we've taken
quid.
the lead. Rick Roll has taken
many more
lead.
dollars.
All right.
Thanks for the exchange rate. We need it. We're Americans.
Another Patreon member. Good to see you, Welder Faber.
Let's see. This is Kadix back in. He says, Brent, you should have Florida Republican governor candidate James Fishback on.
Well, we did have Jay. Oh my gosh, I can't. This is horrible. That I'm blanking on his name right now.
Lieutenant Governor.
The Lieutenant Governor.
Me too.
Can you look that up while I talk real quick? So we did have Lieutenant Governor on, who is the second in command in Florida right now, and he's a former Green Beret amputee from the knee down, and so that's of course that's who I'm probably going to throw my vote behind. Because if you think about it, if he's underneath Ron DeSantis right now, and I don't really want to change what we're doing. What do you got?
Jay Collins.
I kept wanting to say Cutler. I knew Cutler wasn't right. And if you want to keep doing what we're doing, well, he's already doing that. Let's stay with what we got. And he's a Green Beret and Purple Heart recipient. Lost his leg from the knee down. Be hard for me to have his opponent on, but I don't know anything about his opponent, so I also don't want to speak too soon.
M24 says, when's DJ Shipley coming on?
That we're back in talks with that. I made a post on Instagram. It was just a selfie of me in front of the Navy SEAL Museum, and
I saw some of them.
it got like 8,000 likes, which is stupid for us in our small platform. And I know the irony.
I saw the comments he was saying.
Yeah, DJ got on there. It was something like, well, everyone needs a hero brand, something like that. So I would love to have DJ on. He's already told his war story on Sean Ryan's show. So there's, I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to drag him and come on and be like, hey, tell me about all the worst days you've ever had in the military. So I'd probably just talk to him about GBRS and how we met in our beginning and those things. So I'd love to have him on.
All right, let's see. We've got K Diggs back in. Brent, I went to Ukraine to help deliver trucks. According to Tim, that's a deployment under my belt, right?
According to Tim, every time you leave the country is a deployment, regardless of what you did. According to his numbers, that's the only way you could have got there.
A Hard Stuck says, I know you have a TRT company, but did you ever have or see people have negative side effects from anabolics at an early age during your time in SOF?
Never. The only thing I ever saw them do is get in better shape. It's the only thing I ever saw.
Our lady, Six's mom.
Gee, Six's
Thank you for the
mom.
love. Here's 50. The Rick Ansley. Whatever. Rick song, Never
All
Gonna
right.
Give You Up. Just because that you be hilarious. Aloha from Cowie.
That may be one of the oddest closing songs that we're going to have. You got it. And you got it.
Tuggernut says, walk by Pantera for the outro, dedicated to the ATF investigation. It's $10. Patrick. I say this to people who don't believe the moon landing. Most countries uses the metric system. The other one landed on the moon.
That's us.
Well,
That's us.
Well said. Well said.
You ain't wrong.
Wile
There
Coyote,
it
we got to you,
is.
brother. We got to you. He was worried. He's like, "Where? Hey, you guys see me?" Yeah, it's taking a while. As a radiologist, I've seen a lot of gunshot wound X-rays and CT scans.
Okay.
Spine can stop low velocity handgun rounds. I've never seen it stop large caliber, high velocity rifle rounds. Not buying a lot of what I'm hearing in Charlie Kirk case. Open-minded but skeptical. That's level-headed.
That is level-headed.
I like it.
And Wile Coyote, that is my challenge to you, if you will. I get it. If you don't like the one thing about this investigation, which we've already told you, there are some things that could cause that. Low velocity, yawing of the round, bad load, old. There's so many things that could have affected that. So if you're skeptical about that, even though there are possible answers to that, but you're skeptical of it, again, let's go back to
heat from the engraving.
What was he doing on the roof? Why did he jump off the roof? Why did he have his family's gun with him? Why is there DNA on his gun? Why was the gun recently fired? Why was there an empty casing? Why did he have extra casings there that were engraved that matched the exact gun bullets that were also found in his house? Why did he admit to do it multiple times through handwriting, through text messages?
Why do you have a letter saying exactly when and where he was going to do it before he did it?
So when we look at the total amount of evidence, it's hard to just stare at the bullet and be like, well, there's a couple things that are possible. There's a couple things that are hard to believe. Well, let's zoom out a little bit. That's just my common sense look at it, though. Thank you so much. Just my challenge to you.
Just another 11 Bravo back in, says David Hackworth, Sergeant Combat. Mm-hmm. The original Wolfhound Raider, Neck Espera Tarrant, 27th Infantry Reg.
You know, the Mr. Infantry, I think, is better than Sergeant Combat, and that's just and I know just another 11B. You're going to want to give him an NCO title, and I get it. I do too. But he did get a commission, and he went all the way up to Colonel. So I can't just call him Sergeant Combat, but man, I do love that story. That's crazy. We went to his awards. That was mind blowing. Just mind blowing.
Well, the Battlefield Commission in Korea.
Just what a and then the fortitude to go against the grain and say what needed to be said. I mean, he was just a man in every aspect.
Yeah.
What a cool guy.
Wiley back in with 300.
Wiley.
Thank you, brother. Will Rogers said it best. We're all ignorant, just on different subjects. Iron Maiden, Aces High for the outro.
Looks like we're going to get 2 outro songs
300.
tonight. Iron Maiden, Aces High.
This is Justin Credible. Says, I'm looking for a good custom holster company for IWB, EDC. I live in St. Pete, so do you have any local recommendations? Thanks for all you do.
For a custom holster, Magnet or Richard, you think anything custom
Eric.
that's local?
Not local.
That's not local. You can go with Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anyone down here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, give me one
like
that you
how
do.
custom are you trying to go?
Is it custom on the paint, or is it something
is he-
particularly that you have that's
or
on my
custom to
gun?
your
specific
pistol.
light, or
Yeah.
because like when you, I know 4 or 5. Actually, well, he does leather. Gaston County Leatherwork. Does all the sheaths for VZ grips for their G10. But that's leather. I don't know if you're going to go Kydex or leather. Well, I mean, the other question is, what's the gun?
Yeah.
I mean, because that's going to be
So
Alpha Omega is in Texas. I mean,
even though we're not able to help you on you ready for this, Drew?
Yep.
Inside the waistband everyday carry.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I bet just by you saying that, there are Florida people in the chats. Someone will be able to help you out. And if you come back to this podcast again after it gets like 10,000 views, there may be some other people that are willing to help you out with a local company.
If you're looking for something just quick to pick up, I mean, sticky holster. I mean, they work. I mean, it's if you're trying to find something that's you can kind of fidget around what you're trying to do.
Let's see. Paul Conley says, in your opinion, is Task Force Orange Delta level or Tier 2? Love your content.
Is Task Force Orange Delta level? Well, they're Tier 1, but they are Tier 1 on the intelligence side. So we're really talking about 2 very different capabilities. So they're absolutely Tier 1. They're Tier 1 intelligence. Tactically, they're nowhere near Tier 1 because that's not their job. Their job is split into 2. Signal intelligence and human intelligence. And that's what they do, and they're damn good at it.
Braden Medlin says, I still vote FRCC Habano torpedoes.
I know, I still smoke the Habanos every now and again. The old Alphas, the OGs.
Yeah. He wants a torpedo.
He wants a torpedo.
Maybe one day when we get big enough, bad enough, we got money to blow. Right now we don't. We give it away. All right, Precision with Purpose. Can Tier 1 please do an other good dude BRB collab?
Precision with Purpose.
Another one.
What's up, brother? How you doing? You know what's funny? The mic stands in the way. Oh, I got my good dude shirt on tonight.
Oh, really?
Ironically enough. Yeah, I can't believe how fast those things sold out. So we might do another one. So if there's enough people asking for them, we'll do another one.
Jared's.
But because it's you, I have an extra one. Text Devin. Tell her that you want mine, and I'll send you mine.
Jared Rosen says, if you would kill 100 bad guys to save a life, would you kiss 100 bad guys to save a life? Happy Thursday, fellas.
Hold on. You didn't give me enough information. Whose
life are we saving? Whose life are we saving?
And the next question, is this open mouth or just a peck?
but he didn't say where they kissing.
Whose life are
Whose
saving?
life we save? That's what matters everything to me. If it's an innocent child's life, I'll kiss 100 bad dudes all day long to kiss a kid. You have to kiss. Oh my gosh. To save a kid. To save a kid. This is live, unfortunately. Remind me to try to edit that out on YouTube later. There's not much I wouldn't do to. There's nothing's more innocent and sacred than trying to save the life of the kid, and nothing's more disgusting than doing something physical or emotional against a kid. I just watched a clip the other day, just absolute disgust me, of this ultra left-wing girl who was talking about her kid was 7 and they as in the lesbian pair who got a kid, knew that their kid was transgender before the kid knew he was transgender. So they had a friend come in who was transgender and talk to their 7-year-old kid about being transgender. That is child abuse at its highest levels. Oh, anyway.
At some point, there has to be an age at which, and I'm not saying I'm not pro-government or anything like that, but someone has to do something to protect children from just pure evil.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's, I don't know how else you word it.
They got to prove for a kid. They should get that kid taken away.
Absolutely.
Well, isn't that there was that, I don't even want to, it's terrible.
All right.
Again, I know who they are. They're trolls from another podcast.
Yeah.
And that's just,
Having to get rid of them.
it's just sad. And I'll say it one more time. Guys, don't go to any other podcast and troll anyone. It's not who we are.
Yeah, man. Get a girlfriend or something. Don't you have something better to do? Let's see.
Yep, just hide them. Because guess what? You know what's even worse? How dumb they are. They're coming over to this channel because they hate me because I left to start my own podcast because of some very unfortunate things that happened to someone else, and that is what it is. And they decide to hate on me by coming over and giving me views and writing a bunch of comments in my section that only add to my algorithm.
Thank you for the algorithm.
Thanks, guys. You're real smart.
Let's see. Do you have any advice for aspiring YouTubers? Magnum handout.
Absolutely. My advice would be this. Start small. Do not spend a lot of money. We've talked about this before, Drew.
Yeah.
Like you don't need real fancy equipment. At the beginning, your content is everything. And if we spent $12,000, I think, on this stupid little setup between all the cameras, the computer, the lights. You go down at the backdrops, the desk, just everything, the couch. You don't have to do that. There are podcasts way bigger than mine that are doing it with a 4K Brio computer camera in their bedroom and just putting out really good content that they're very what's the word I'm looking for? They're very knowledgeable about. So do something in your wheelhouse that you're very knowledgeable in.
Yeah.
And then dig and dig and dig and dig. And then find something about that subject that you're very much aware of that people would find interesting and send it.
Because you want to do it cheap because if you find out you don't like editing, you may not want to do this.
There's one channel I watch, completely different segment.
Yeah.
They record everything on an iPhone, the whole thing.
You could do it.
And they have 3.5 million subscribers.
It's awesome.
And literally the only, and they actually made a comment about it, be consistent. Whatever you set up for when you're going to put, I don't do any of this nonsense.
Yeah.
I have a hard time doing Instagram, but their thing was whatever you pick is your consistent metric.
Yep.
Hit it.
And then we're at the beginning of it. Just if you do it, and I hope you do, regardless whether you're successful or not on it, that's for other people to decide. Like just going through and doing it just says a lot about you as well. Do it. But you'll find out like we're a very small production team, even at our side. I edit everything. We just now outsourced our shorts, but we still have to post it. You have to figure out what video you're going to do. You have to do it. Then you have to edit it. And then you have to try. Then after that, you have to make thumbnails for it. You have to think of descriptions for it. You have to cut it up into shorts, and then you have to post it to Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and LinkedIn to try to get your whole base. Then you have to think of clips, which are different than shorts in your episodes, to try to get as much exposure. It's a lot. Right. And people have no idea.
You can pay everybody to do everything, but
right. If you have the money.
If you have the money.
Yeah.
And if you got the money, well, why are you doing YouTube?
Greed.
All right. Welder Faber says, Rick Roll, just for the laugh. Happy Easter, everyone.
All right. Welder Faber. The people want it.
Alex Scott Thompson says, I'm so used to talking to everyone in regular chat. Sometimes I forget you're running a business. So here's some money. Buy yourself something fancy. I love it.
All right.
Thank you. Right Wing Nut back in says, Hackworth was also an expert on the War of Northern Aggression.
I see what you did there.
Drunk Christian.
That's what we call it down here in the South.
Drunk Christian says, is DJ right about dump pouches, and why not?
Ooh, what does he say about dump pouches? I'm interested. I tell you what, I do not like dump pouches, so I hope he doesn't like them. I tell you, the dump pouches are a flat range thing. They are a flat range thing, and I don't like doing anything on the flat range. Everything you do on the flat range is practice for what you're should be.
Yeah, what
you're gonna do inside the house. I have seen in training, in SWAT team and SF, guys come into a house with their dump pouch open, get hung up on a doorknob, of all things, a doorknob, and it will stop you in your tracks. There's absolutely no reason for it. I do not like dump pouches.
Isn't every cargo pocket a dump pouch?
Beat me to it. You got dump pouches hanging out on each side of your legs. What are we doing? There's space on your battle belt is at a premium, and I wouldn't give it to a dump pouch. That's me. But what do I know?
Six's mom says, how about we learn all the evidence before we make up our minds? Remember, if it takes 9,721 steps, it might be too many. We use to discuss it all before judgment. Aloha from Cowie. P.S. Did you share macadamia nuts?
They're up in the kitchen right now. I haven't eaten them all, but there will be. Now I got to share them. So
I saw those
thanks.
bags up there.
You see the bags up there? She sent quite the package. It was awesome. You just sent it to the wrong address. But that's all right. I went and picked it up. Not complaining at all. You're right. Like, we should wait for all the evidence before we make up our mind. So I like what she said about that.
Yeah.
She didn't say like you can't talk about it beforehand, but she said before you make up your minds. And that is the problem I think that we're having. Some people we've seen, it's fun to talk about the evidence that we've talked about before, but there's no way I think most people should make up their mind, especially on the conspiracy theory side, when we haven't seen all the evidence. And now they have already made up their mind. And so whatever new evidence comes out, they're going to fight for it to fit into their narrative that they've already made up their mind. And that's the problem. And this fragmentation bullet is a great example of it. Because now people are grabbing that and saying, aha, this fits my theory. See, it doesn't match. So it clearly wasn't him, just like I thought all along. But that's not actually what they said about the bullet. They didn't say it doesn't match.
Right.
They said it's too deformed. It's too much of a fragment. We can't confirm it.
Right.
Or
doesn't
deny.
match would be elimination.
Right.
All right. Harry says, good day, boys. Andrew White, former British Army and Australian Is it SASR?
SASR, yep.
Would be a guest.
All right, Andrew. Man, he did both, did he?
All right.
Guys, just if you didn't know, we have a guest recommendation in the Patreon as well. And trust me, almost on a weekly basis, me, Nick, we go over that, and we get a lot of our guest recommendations from there. So feel free to join Patreon, join that discussion amongst others. We have the fitness, we have the general discussion. You can direct message me. It's a great way to continue to support this podcast. And you might win a free set of panos.
Drunk Christian says, I mainly ditched the appendix carry due to hand-to-hand situations. Strong side IWB or OWB, depending. I trained under Kelly McCann and other dudes.
Yeah. With that, the appendix carry and hand-to-hand situations, I mean, that is something to consider. But I'll say this, if you're training exactly for that, and if you appendix carry, you should, I love that you're thinking about that, because the way you train, your first thought, and really should be any time you carry, should never be hand-to-hand. You really shouldn't be getting into any hand-to-hand situations if you're doing EDC. There's not a place you can carry it that's a good situation. The very first thing you do is create space. Space is your friend. So even if they get within you, even as a surprise, creating space immediately should be your absolute first instinct.
Welder Faber back in says, advice on YouTube? Yes, start small. I started with a GoPro 10, no mics, but be consistent, find your niche, and grind.
Welder Faber is a great wealth of information on that. He has a channel that's bigger than ours, and as you can imagine, he does welding and fabrication. I mean, just because it's not tactical and shooting and cool, there's a lot of things out there that are way bigger than I'll ever be. And it's car related, welding related, electrical related. It's crazy how big some of these different channels are out there.
Oh, we did intake pipes for that Mercedes shop that we do a bunch of work for, and
the car scene's big.
Oh, it's
car scene's
bananas.
Big. Yeah.
Six's mom back in. I know this isn't the forum, but women, you need to go home. This is because you're not there. It's the most important job in life. I know I'm old, but I've watched it all. Women are the only ones who can fix this.
She's not wrong.
Aloha.
She's not wrong.
That's a beautiful chat.
It is a beautiful chat. You know what? Now I'm just kind of thinking about this. Like, I really have no, like, we're sitting here like making fun of women in sports because it's funny, and they did something worth being made fun of. If a man did that, we'd be making fun of that person just as fast. Don't get me wrong. But we have some sort of fight, like women are basketball players, women are athletes, women are weightlifters, women they're woman bosses. They can do anything you can do. When it comes to physical stuff, that's just not true. But actually, there's one thing you can do that I shouldn't be doing that I'm not as equipped for as you are, and that is the most important job in this country, and that's raising future Americans. And it seems like the new wave of women with certain ideas want to run away from that when it's the most important job in the country.
My wife left her CFO Fortune 50 company job to raise our children.
Most important job.
And
I don't know why it's not glorified more, but it will be on this channel.
She is the best mom.
It will be on this channel, and thank you.
Let's see. Clint Ludwig says Tyler
we can read it. I don't want to. Thank you for the super chat, Clint, but I just don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it, brother.
Mike Hawk 31 says, for the Monsters' current CO, don't get to do the lives often. Keep it up. Stained Glass, holy name for outro. 50 bucks.
Stained Glass, holy name. He's just that one. It's a competitor. It's in third. Let me just make sure I get that. Stained Glass, holy name, just in case some other people jump on it.
And the last one of the night here is...
It's so random. Okay, go ahead.
Panieri says, Pepsi. Just like that.
Do we got a Pepsi Gate thing going on right now? What is that?
I don't know. He's trying to start a poll, I guess. Coke versus Pepsi. That's very 1989 of you.
We haven't done a poll in a while, but let's... I'm having a good time. Guys, I can't... You guys make the Thursday nights. You guys have no idea. This isn't just me. Everyone... Well, not you. Not this week, because... Well, you to some degree. Because even vacations isn't always relaxing, especially for the parents. But everyone's had a hard week. And so I'm no different. I've had a hard week. And these Thursday nights, man, I look forward to it. And it's because of the chats. It's because of you guys. I love it. Drew, let's go back to the because it's still not end yet. Just I got a little more cigar, I got a little more beer.
Yeah.
Let's go to Instagram and see if there's something we were going to do that. You know what? KingPixMedia, Drew.
Yeah.
KingPixMedia.
Beep.
My favorite comedian in the space is the last two. Always want to give out a shout out to that guy.
We never showed the rocket one. I don't know if you needed that.
Oh yeah, we'll show the rocket one here in a little bit. Yeah, let's go to KingPix real quick.
Right, this one.
Oh yeah,
here we go.
Pick this because.
Shooter ready. Yes.
He asked himself.
Stand by. Beep.
The lead. Oh, the fall down lead.
Fell down. I was off balance. That's still good, right? All right.
Hold on, I have to hear the beep.
Shooter ready. Yes. Stand by. Beep.
And it's so funny because I love that he makes fun of the tactical space. There's so much to make fun of in the tactical space. And if you don't know it, like that video may not be as funny to you. If you haven't seen all those guys at the range, the heavy leaners at the range. Do the other one. I love how he's doing these videos, but just showing he cuts away from the shooting and just goes to the target. Here's another one.
Beep. .64.
So, all right, guys.
Pretty fast.
He's also one of the. I didn't put it up there, but one of my favorite clips. He's the co-host with Black and Blue, with
Kyle Morgan.
Kyle Morgan, thank you. Oh my gosh, he's gonna make fun of me for that. With Kyle Morgan, and he's explained to Kyle. So he does these. Was it Twitch? More than likely Twitch, where he does video game stuff. So he's gaming on there as well. He does a lot of different things, and it's like a kid explaining to his dad about video games. And Kyle's taking this video game like very realistic. It's like, hey, why'd you reload there? Or hey, why'd you pull your buddy back there? He's like, well, I had to pull him back here to heal him. He's like, why would you pull him back to a trench and not back to another barricade? That that one building only has one entrance, but a trench can be attacked by two different. He's like really getting into it, and it's just hilarious. Guys, go to KingPixMedia.com and just support everything he does because he deserves it.
The beep is the funniest.
I know. Go follow him on Instagram. Support that guy because he's also a really good dude.
Yeah, I met him down here. He's super funny. He's just super funny.
when he did the podcast with us on the last podcast, I just laughed. He's just naturally funny. Just talking to that guy. Everything he does is just funny. Drew, let's go back to I'm glad you reminded me of that. We forgot about the space shuttle thing. Let's not be. I put it up there for a reason. I think this has Neil Pendergrass in it, if I remember right. Let's see what this one has. I know you mentioned him earlier.
I think we went to the moon. I know we went to the moon.
Yeah,
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Where do you think those rockets were going?
Neil
To the
deGrasse
Piggly Wiggly down the street? They brought back rocks, okay? Rocks shared with laboratories around the world.
And that's evidence for you. That's the concrete evidence you need to believe in something.
Plus the Saturn V rocket launched. You can calculate how much fuel is in it. It's enough fuel to go into Earth orbit, go to the moon, go into moon orbit, come back to Earth, and land. We would have had to have faked the moon landing, going to the moon 9 times. That's weird. Why would you do that? Be in denial of those means you are intellectually and emotionally disconnected from civilization.
I love it.
On some level. Okay,
You just trolling them essentially.
You think we went to the moon?
I know we went to the moon.
I love it.
Where do you think?
Piggly Wiggly. Was that Logan Paul?
Yeah.
There that was?
Yeah.
Logan Paul sitting there essentially questioning a scientist and be like,
not just any scientist.
Yeah.
Like, he is the astrophysicist for normal people, where he can break down concepts that are so immensely ridiculous for normal people to understand into bite-sized pieces.
And this waterhead has the audacity to look at an astrophysicist and say, "You really believe we went to the moon? Are you kidding me?" That's a great. Where do you think we sent those rockets? Where do you think we sent them to? It's just unbelievable.
And it's not like you're going to put them in low Earth or either lower in between low and high Earth orbit. You're not, because you can physically see them with binoculars.
I know. We just went over. You can still see the tire tracks to this day that other countries have confirmed. So and countries that don't love us.
That if there was a way,
they would love to put their thumb in our eye and be like,
if China could say, "Oh, you weren't the Neil Armstrong." No, fake. We were the first people on the moon.
Absolutely.
Drew, and there's equipment still there. You can see.
It's still there. We set reflectors on the moon surface that we can still get reflections from. I guess
so we have measurements from the Earth to the moon.
It's all fake. It just shows as soon as someone questions the moon landing, it's like, well how can I take you seriously about any of your other opinions? It doesn't take now. Don't get me wrong. Questioning something, I don't mind people questioning things. Everything should be on the table to be questioned.
But
I
at
get
what
that.
point, man?
But when there's overwhelming evidence to be like, okay, never mind. I questioned it, and here's your answers. I'm like, okay, I get it. What else we got there on Instagram, Drew?
Instagram.
Get back on that gram. Just pick one and send it.
Chinese.
Oh, this is a great subject. I want to talk about this. This is good.
This is absolutely crazy. You're not going to believe this. Watch.
Federal agents swooping in this morning to raid what they are calling maternity tourism rings. The ring helps pregnant women, most of them in this area from China, illegally travel to the U.S. to give birth to American babies.
Our cameras are there as dozens of federal investigators storm into the Carlisle apartments in Irvine.
If you come here in the evening, you see all the pregnant women walking around.
Investigators say this building and at least 20 other locations they raided in L.A., Orange, and San Bernardino counties double as maternity hotels.
The Supreme Court has yet to rule on birthright citizenship, but this is a great example of why birthright citizenship is being re-examined. Foreigners are abusing it to the point where there's a whole fraud scheme and an underground business behind it, charging these foreigners $80,000 per head to come over here and have a baby that'll be born American. What's your take? This is
Drew. Time to poll the audience.
All right.
Yes or no? Should birthright citizenship still be a thing? I've said this for a long time. I don't like that. I haven't liked it for a long time. There's no way, and it's not just, I mean, that's the Chinese doing it. Other illegal immigrants come over here just to have a kid so they can have an American citizen. There has to be more. If if citizenship is precious, you can't just give it away. I'm not saying you set a super high bar that's easily controlled by the powerful. It's not what I'm saying. But if it's important, you don't just give it away. That's the same thing with voting. If voting is important, nothing precious in this world is free. American citizenship should not just be granted to you because you were born on this soil. I've just changed my mind.
So, I think there's a caveat. I think what that's showing, no, that's illegal as all get out. First of all, you're not even supposed to travel here in your last trimester.
Correct.
Clearly stated. So that's already, you lied on legal documentation. That's nonsense.
Right.
But I think at some point, our parents were all immigrants. So like, if your family moved here, got green cards, is doing the right thing, went through immigration, all that, and you guys end up having a kid here, then yes, I think that they should be citizens. But I think that it has to be a conglomeration of not only just the child, but the parents and what they've done to earn their right towards citizenship within the nation.
I can get behind that.
Like
I don't think it has to be like a series of massive hoops that few people can jump through. I have no interest in doing that. But we have to do something more than just you were born on this soil.
Well, and I also think
that's
that
what it is right
legal
now.
citizenship shouldn't be a $20,000 endeavor. For people that are here working, giving back, wanting to be Americans, wanting to assimilate in this country, it should not take 20 years for you to become a citizen.
I agree with that. There's several things that are as well overpriced. The $20,000, that's not the price I'm looking for citizenship. I don't want your money. If you came here legally and you're working, that's
paying taxes
and you're paying
and
taxes,
doing the right thing.
That's the hard price that you're paying. I don't want your money. Same thing about adoption. To adopt an American kid to be $50, $60, $70, $80,000, that's insane. I know we're jumping subjects, but it just reminded me of things and that's why people are going and adopting kids in Africa.
Well,
because they can't get through our own process.
They have mills just like this for bringing in women from certain countries who they then are effectively selling their children to families because they can't afford to adopt normally.
That's absolutely asinine. It's absolutely asinine. I'm the what else we got there, Drew, on the Instagram?
They don't like the way I phrased the poll. Maybe I got to make a new one. I said, should birthright citizenship still be enforced due to development of foreign actions?
No, you're good. They get the gist of it. They get the gist of it. The question is, should we still do birthright citizenship?
The foreigners are coming over here and they're trying to have babies and they're trying to get citizenship by the birth.
But Drew, next time, listen to them and do it better. Listen to the people.
I can't edit it.
Be better.
It's up there. I know. Sorry, guys. I'll do better. What's next?
What do we got next on Instagram? Let's run through Instagram real quick. I'll put them on there for a reason. I just can't remember. Oh, I know there's a. You'll get to it. What do we got here?
Child eliminator danced after eliminating classmate.
Give me. That might be it. Here, sure. Yeah, let's go to this one and then go to that one next.
In Brussels, 88% of all kids under the age of 20 have foreign origins. 8 out of 9 major German cities, more than half of the children under 16 have a migration background. And those kids, I can tell you, don't identify as European one bit. So if you have young white children in schools here in Europe, then you need to understand that the time of ordinary bullying is over. Something much more sinister has emerged across Europe, and it's something that I would characterize as racial humiliation rituals. Every single day, videos circulate online of immigrant youth who single out a white boy or a girl, force their victim to their knees, and then proceed to torment and abuse them. Now, don't think that that is random. The migrant kids that are doing this film themselves doing it, and they have actual terms, slang, that signify the process of what they are doing, which is to threaten and intimidate their white victim. They do it with intent. They do it because they are racially aware and they consider themselves the dominant group. White children, for decades, have been told the schizophrenic mind boggle that on the one hand, they shouldn't see color, on the other, they should be ashamed just because they are white. In Brussels, 88%.
It's tough to watch. It's tough to, and it has nothing to do with it being a white kid video. I don't want
anyone that comes into a nation that doesn't want to assimilate.
There's the problem. There's the problem. And before we get too deep in this,
sorry.
But Drew, go down to that other video. I said we'll hit that video next.
After stabbing his mate to death, this child killer danced with the knife. Mohammed Umar Khan has been named as the 15-year-old killer of Harvey Wilgoose, who was also 15. The boys went to school together and were on good terms until they fell out on social media.
There you go.
Khan then stabbed Wilgoose in the heart and danced with the knife before handing it to a teacher and saying, "I'm not right in the head."
So sorry that we're meeting in these circumstances because that was a horrific attack. That will have impacted every single member of the community. We've just been talking to some of the family members and getting a sense firsthand of the personal impact. I'm really pleased today that we are announcing a further £10 million to support our mosques on top of the support we've already put in. I'm pleased to say that. I'm sad to say it as well, in a sense, because I wish we didn't need to put in more security. We shouldn't need to have security in places of worship. And it's sad that we do, but that just reflects the responsibility on me, on the Home Secretary, to do everything we can to tackle.
All right. They put in £10 million to protect mosques and Muslims. They don't need protecting. They're not the ones getting attacked. They're the ones doing the attacking across the country. This is absolute insanity. We just had another active shooter, thankfully foiled, because he was looking for the largest Jewish gathering and tried to kill them. And now, of course, we're talking about two different countries, but we're talking about the same mindset. Absolutely. The same mindset. That some people's reaction would be like, oh, well, we need to secure the Muslims to make sure that they're not attacked because
they attacked and killed someone.
Attacked. What are we doing, people? What are we doing? And this is, you guys want to, this is what kills me. And I love that I have a mic to at least tell 10,000 people, 15,000 people that get to hear this message. I wish people will be very, very emotional about the Charlie Kirk shooting and try to find out every detail about what happened and what's wrong with it. As a certain religion in this country is actually doing attacking, and there's no conspiracy about where they're from, what religion they're a part of, and what they're doing inside this country. And you'll spend all your time, energy, and emotion on that subject, and you could care less about what that religion is doing inside this country. Make it make sense. I bring up Europe a lot because what happens in Europe,
10 years.
I was going to say 10 years as well. It's coming over here. If we don't do something about it, the writing is on the wall.
10 years ago, segregated pockets. Now, look at that statistics. What do we have going on right now in Flint, Michigan? What do we have going on right now in Dearborn? Like, I'm not, this isn't bashing any, if you come, I mean, look at the.
I'm bashing the results of what they're doing.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, whenever you have pockets of people who come into a country and want nothing to do with that country, then why are you here?
Because it's an invasion.
Yeah.
Because it's an invasion.
That's it.
It'd be one thing to just not assimilate, although that's where it starts. That's where it starts. If you don't want to assimilate, it's because you don't share the values and the morals of this country, which is why once you don't share the values and morals of this country, and our values and morals are based on Christian values and morals.
And
That's
what
it's
our
based off
forefathers
of.
built this nation to become.
And guys, if you're secular and in the audience, you don't like to hear that, that is historically true. And so that's why they do things that aren't aligned with our values and morals. Look it'd be one thing to just not assimilate, but they don't assimilate and they create violence. And
they cast those out in their areas who don't want to be part of them.
And they steal billions of dollars of our tax money on leering centers.
That's with a T, brother. That ain't with a B. When that number comes out, that is $1 trillion of theft.
And here's where I'm consistent. I say it all the time. I love consistency. There are they look like. Have you heard about this? The look-alike police cars driving around New York City. But they're not police cars. They look like police cars. They're Muslim-funded and driven cars that go out and they basically police up the Muslim, not to protect them, but to make sure that they're abiding by Sharia law. And that's what they're doing. Yeah. I don't want Muslims doing that. Guess what? I don't want
anyone doing that.
I don't want Republicans. I don't want white Republicans going around policing other white conservatives to be like, hey, you're not conservative enough. You're not white enough. I don't want that for anyone.
I don't want my church doing that.
No. I don't want my church doing that. I don't want anyone doing that. I'm pretty consistent. And when I'm not, please call me out.
When the real numbers come out of this fraud between Maine with all the Social Security, all that jazz, all these companies are all tied to the same buildings. I'm not going to beat on it. It's going to be in the trillions.
Yeah.
It's going to be a debt mitigating amount of money.
I know. And then he went over, the same guy who did the investigation in Minnesota, turned his eye over to California, and he's finding the same exact thing.
And it's not it's Maine. So my buddy Connor, he's a dairy farmer in Maine.
Okay.
He said the fraud that they're going to find in Maine is going to make Michigan look like a joke.
How can this not be a bigger deal? It's insane. Drew,
where do you think a huge chunk of that money goes? Not all of it. They're not just happening upon these schemes.
Right.
15, 20, 30% of this money is the same politicians that right now are berating them are the ones that have been getting paid by them.
Yeah. Oh, there's politicians
Our system
involved.
is so broke.
There's politicians involved. What else we got, Drew? Oh, this one's crazy. Yeah, play that one.
Kiana Gentry, step away from the computer.
Excuse me, are you here for a CDL appointment?
Ma'am, Homeland Security, step away from the terminal.
The officers approaching Shawana Harris knew exactly what she did. She's about to find out they know. And in a few moments, her 23-year career at the California DMV will end in handcuffs.
Homeland Security, what y'all want with me? I'm at
You're
work.
under arrest for conspiracy to commit bribery.
Bribery?
She wouldn't get a chance to finish her sentence. In the 11 years since this scheme began, at least 185 commercial truck drivers had obtained California CDLs without ever passing a written test, without ever passing a behind-the-wheel exam, without ever demonstrating they could safely stop an 80,000-pound vehicle. 23 traffic accidents had already been linked to the fraud, and every single thread led back to the woman now sitting at the Victorville DMV counter, arms crossed, refusing to move. Quick question before we continue. Do you know what it takes to get a commercial truck license? Most people don't.
Kiana Gentry, step away from the...
So this one hits home a little bit. It was just last year. I don't know if you guys remember this story. August 12th, 2025, a semi-truck driver making illegal U-turn on the Florida Turnpike caused a crash that killed a family of 3. Guess where he got his CDL from?
California.
Cracker Jack Box.
California. California. And this lady is just, if you pay her, she'll just give it to you. Do you know what she's responsible for?
Here's my question. What do you think her punishment should be? I can tell you what mine is, because it's life in prison. Every single death that was caused by someone that she passed,
absolutely,
that should be, and it shouldn't just be 2nd or 3rd degree. That's 1st degree murder, because that's with intent. You knowingly,
that's with intent,
because that's a death missile.
Yeah,
you're coming down through, like, I'm in North Carolina. You're coming down through Asheville on that 10%, 12, 15% grade with a death missile.
I love how emotional you are about it, and I'm not making fun.
Yeah.
Like, and that's how upset people should be about that. That's crazy. People have died
because
of this.
She wanted
some bribery. She wanted some money.
Like,
it's insane.
And you take a class.
How much did she get?
Not enough. Not enough. I'll tell you that.
Right.
Yeah, not enough to ruin her life.
Well, I mean, like,
but she won't get life, and that's the problem.
No, because
she's in California.
But what should happen is Florida. If anything that happened, you should extradite her. And now she's tried. And now she's tried in Florida for the death of those 3 people. She's tried in North Carolina. No, there was a driver. I don't know if it was linked to this, but there was one that went off that coming down through there. That wouldn't surprise me.
Ooh.
You don't know how to make an 80,000-pound truck slow down a huge grade.
Yeah, I know. Drew, how's the poll looking? See if we're crazy here or not.
Skinny and straight. Let's see.
What?
Ethiopia?
You said, how's the poll looking?
Okay. All right.
In poll.
Weirdo.
66% no. Should birthright citizenship still be enforced due to development of foreign actions?
So
no. Good.
66. 34% still think that it should be a thing. And you know,
I think
I would love for them to give me their reasons why. I don't want to be so close-minded. They might have some really good points. Well, I'm like, okay, I didn't think about that.
Six's mom said something, and she says she's still good with birthright, but the parents are still not citizens, so they still got to go. So it doesn't matter if your kid's a citizen, the parents got to be deported. But if you want your kid to stay there,
right? Well, what are we going to do with an infant baby in this country? Like that's not right. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. I think if you put in the caveat, should birthrights not under the caveat that if you are here illegally, then if you committed a crime, you are the caregivers for that kid, that you still pay the piper.
Oh no, I don't like it. Drew, do you have any more super chats since the last few videos?
Yeah, we got a few.
Yeah,
here.
what do we got?
We've
Since
got
Pepsi.
Lone Star Oil and Gas again says free beef for life, but pay $10 a gallon for fuel, or free fuel for life.
Why is he doing
become
this
a
to me?
vegan?
You know what? Free beef for life, but pay $10 a gallon,
Done.
and I'm buying a Tesla.
There it is.
Done.
There it is.
Yep.
Yep.
Nice try.
The beef.
Crystal Pepsi.
Crystal.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Clear Pepsi, Crystal Pepsi.
Oh yeah. Those,
like the 80s? Was it early 90s?
That was 90s.
90s, yeah.
Because that was the same time when they had the white Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about Crystal Pepsi.
Do you remember the dude that sued Mountain Dew? Sorry, this is completely.
What do you got?
But the dude that sued Mountain Dew for the Harrier jet.
Yeah, I did know that.
What was that? You're reminding me. There's something about that story.
They showed the Harrier jet with how many points you had to have.
Yeah, and then he got it.
No, he had that and then paid the difference. And it was like the Harrier jet was like $6 billion or whatever crazy number it is. And he was going to end up getting a Harrier jet for like 150 grand.
I vaguely remember that story. That's crazy.
Back in with Pepsi. They said in the chat, they said they're going to keep doing Pepsi until Brent or Drew get it. I don't get it. So
someone's going to have to explain
Pepsi.
to us.
I mean, there's not a Pepsi bottle in here that I know of.
I mean, this is a Coke watch, but
Oh, maybe.
Maybe it's the water.
All right, I don't know.
This is a Coke, not
Someone
a
let us know. Someone's making fun of us. And we don't even
Then
get it.
just
That's
11
okay.
Bravo. Then
That's okay.
Coke is the real thing. All right, but the Pepsi thing, there's something going on with the Pepsi. Six Mom says, oh yeah, there it is. Birthright citizenship should be legal for the child. The parents are not legal, so that's their decision. Leave the child or leave with the child. Aloha. Sorry, didn't mean
That
to.
punishes the child for the parent's transgression is kind of my rub with that one. If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a tough one.
Let's see. Welder Faber back in. Wow, that's disturbing. I live in UK. I'm 50 fights at school made you tough, and you always end up friends with the people you fought. Not always, but sometimes. But these attacks are new to me.
Yeah, that was hard to watch. To be honest with you, I did not. That wasn't your normal fights at school. You know what I mean? By any means, those were coordinated attacks by thugs
and
by radicals, groups of them.
When you see like the bus videos, I mean, I hate to say that's why my kids are never going to go on the bus because I'm just terrified of it.
Let's see. Drunk Christian says the United States is 100% a Christian founded nation. The founding fathers quote Jesus and the Bible in our founding documents.
Sure did. They didn't hide it at all.
The real AZ says children belong to the parents, not the government, country in which they were born. Citizenship should follow what the parents are and all sent back.
I agree with that. That makes sense to me. Just makes sense to me.
And that's the super chats.
Some
of the chats are very mad at how I worded the poll.
I see that.
The poll made sense to me 100%.
Hey, Lone Star Oil and Gas said they were saying Pepsi because of our friend Donnie only drinking Pepsi.
Oh yeah,
on the
Donnie
flight.
saying Pepsi. Yeah,
So
Donnie.
that would make sense. That would make sense.
wait.
All right, we got some music to do,
Pepsi,
and some regular chats to read because then we got some cigars to smoke out in the garage.
Heck yes. Been waiting for that all day.
Let's see how.
Sold a lot of Drew's favorite cigars at frcc.shop.
Oh, did we?
Yep. No bands, nothing special. You had one tonight.
It is amazing.
Yeah, you like that?
It is really good.
Pennsylvania tobacco wrapper. It's just
see
delicious.
that. First things first.
Tastes like freedom.
Oh,
Yeah, it does.
Coyote gets his wish.
I'm leaning on the name Patriot. I don't know that yet. You know, the PA Patriot. I don't know.
Ooh.
Pennsylvania Pride.
Iron
Yeah,
Maiden.
Pennsylvania Pride.
Ace Nicer.
It's a lot of good names. It's hard to narrow it down.
Liberty Bell.
Liberty Bell will work 100%. Yep. Rings my bell.
Put a crack in my arm.
I'm
like
getting
the
that
Liberty
tattooed
Bell.
on me.
All right, here we go.
But our cigars don't crack.
Give me a second. My eyes are yellow. I'll be right back. Read some chat.
Oh, he told us to read chats. I was reading. All right, you aren't punishing the children. Let's see what it says here. You are just not giving them something they don't deserve by right. That's true. All right, Coke number one. God did it in the Bible. Did what? Lone Star Oil Gas. Yes, that's it. That's the way it's always been. The poll makes sense if you have basic comprehension, but definitely could have been worded more easily to understand. Sorry, guys, made sense to me. Poll misleading, that's what I hear. Yeah. Ash on the floor, word, music, and chat time.
All right.
Piss bottle.
Drew, are you going to smoke one in honor of JAH?
Yeah, him and like 7 of his other friends. This is the most I've ever kicked anybody tonight.
All right. Well, 7 of his friends. I guess that's the entire audience watching the other podcast. So we got them all. We got them all over here. Let's see. Lone Star Oil and Gas, Call the Cigar, Christus Rex. Let's see. Welder Faber, Drew, you're the man. Welder Faber, look, he's number 2. He's number 2. Love the support, brother. Let's see what else. Brent, when are you bringing Colonel David Hacksworth on the show? Now, I ate my humble pie already. I ate my humble pie. I'm not a smart man. I'm just too dumb to quit during selections. That's the only real positive thing that I bring.
I like this one right here, man.
All right. Dusty Go Tigers. Parents here illegal? Child illegal.
Boom.
Don't make sense.
Too simple.
Yeah, don't make sense in so few words. Animal Mother, y'all would love Drunken Bar Fight, the VR game. Good music. I have a VR headset, and I play it every now and again. Usually with Devin, she's got some really cool games on that thing. Those things are really fun.
I see all the YouTube videos of people like where they're like tightrope walking and someone shoves them, and I'm not doing it.
Joe Saunders, good to see you in there, brother. Another Patreon member. Drunk Christian again, Crisis King. Yes, sir. Drunk Christian, it's my birthday in 20 minutes on this special Friday. Happy birthday, brother. Tasty Games.
Happy birthday.
There. Tell Brent to do a ready or not video or VR CQB video. I've played a couple CQB games, and they get complicated really quick. There's a lot of things you got to do, but it's fun. It's really fun. I don't know if that's Dennis or not with Tasty Games. I'm going to give you a call tomorrow, brother. Let's see what else we got. Matt Byrne, great live, gentlemen. Thanks for putting up with us hooligans. No, thank you for putting up with us. We wouldn't be a show without you guys. All right, now I'm going to have to go find out what Ready or Not is.
I think it's a VR game.
Yeah, I mean, as far as a VR game, correct.
Somebody asked if I was going to be at Fiddler's tomorrow.
Oh, is it at Fiddler's?
Somebody asked, are you going to be at Fiddler's tomorrow?
I'm going to be I knew it was an Irish bar. It's probably Fiddler's.
On Fairbanks?
Drinking Bros is doing a podcast tomorrow.
Time?
And they asked me to go. I'll make sure you know.
Yeah, I'll go.
JT asked me if I wanted to go do a Drinking Bros podcast with him tomorrow, which is super ironic because I don't know if you guys know this. I know you do. Drinking Bros hosts another podcast.
I know it.
And I don't think he's going to be real happy when he sees me on his host's podcast.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. So I love that.
Oh,
so it's little wins sometimes.
It's a CQB VR game.
Okay.
CQB. Okay.
Right. Ready or not?
Is it with like a simulated, like a duck hunter style AR?
We're about to find out. One of my favorite games to play on that is Super Hot. It's kind of a basic. It's not basic game, and the play is a little basic, but it's super fun. I'll do a horrible job of explaining it, but basically, people come at you and they shoot and they attack you.
Is that the one that we played?
But the faster you move, the faster time goes. But when they're shooting at you, if you move real slow, the bullet moves real slow, and it's a really cool concept.
It's like a balance game of how fast do I want to break contact versus do I want to go Neo from the Matrix?
Right. Yeah,
Is that the one that we played at the
really
house?
Fun. Yeah, I've played it before.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah. It's a really fun game. I can't believe we're doing this one. Didn't think we'd be playing Rick
Ensley.
Ainsley? Rick.
Oh, Rick.
Never want to turn around.
Oh, no.
Is it you?
Rick, can anyone spell that for me? You know, why'd I start with Rick when I know I can just go with never give you up, and I can spell never, give, and you, and up. Here we go. Thanks, guys. Social media has ruined this song. I will never think of it the same. All right, what do we got here? Radio Not is more tactical. I kind of assumed that. Let's see what else we got here. Chucky D19, I do have another question. What about if they came here illegally and were raised here in the U.S., when they turn 18, join the Army? I'm always, if you join the Army, you've earned it. Speak English and you join the Army, you can be in this great nation. You serve this great nation, you can be in this great nation. That's just me. That's just me. Tim Kennedy says, yo, as he always does, and I love it. Aldo, it was not the greatest song to begin with. It wasn't the greatest song, and it's only gone downhill thanks to all these videos. All right.
When you see people drop the QR codes in random places with this song, it's hilarious.
Dusty Go Tigers, ex-wife fell into the Christmas and wall with Oculus only a few years back, and I immediately turned to our goal and said, y'all both saw that, right? She fell on her own. She was okay. We all laughed. And don't let that JH punk back in the chat. I'm sure it'll just change screen names and get back to, but you know what? Thanks for the support. Thanks for the support. There you go, Joe Saunders, you get it. Veterans, no matter citizenship, should get a pass. I said goals. I kind of knew you meant girls. Animal Mother, I'll admit, been pretty weird. I don't know the psychology break. Anton, love your live show. Thanks, brother. Thanks for showing up. When you see Brent do a Guitar Hero stream, I get down with Guitar Hero. You know what's worse is when you can actually play guitar and you see other people who can't play guitar but are twice as good at you on a guitar video game. It's tough. It's tough to watch. It's tough to watch.
Twitch coming soon.
Get Alan Mack on. Hey, in all caps, when Trans Tim Kennedy says something, hey, Trans Tim Kennedy, put that in the Patreon. And that'll be, it lives there forever, and we talk about it every week. So put it there, please, brother. There it is. Delta Dad says, get Matt Pranka on. Seth, good to see you here on a Thursday night, as always. And I'm always trying to lure Matt Pranka into this. It will be a wild show for sure. Walter Faber, I can't believe it. We need a karaoke night. Oh, we do need, I'm telling you, I haven't done karaoke in weeks.
Big Daddies coming soon.
I'm thinking tomorrow after the...
Oh, let's go. It's right there.
Tomorrow after the Drinking Bros podcast, we go to Big Daddy's, do some karaoke.
Right on the main stage.
Yeah,
now come to the stage.
We'll post some videos. You know what? Remind me. We'll post some videos on Patreon of some karaoke tomorrow night. That's a for sure thing that we're gonna do that.
I think you and Magnet need a song together.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in on another Thursday night.
I got a shout out
and listening to us. Of course, it's the end of the show.
Yeah, let's go.
Ladies first. Amanda, what would you like to say to finish out this show?
What do you mean?
What's on your mind? Anything. Plug anything you want. Say anything you want. What do you want to say?
Well, I don't know. I'm just here for Max.
All right, you'll get plenty of Max. All right, Magnet, what do you got, brother?
I got a shout out, just another 11 Bravo from Guardian Uniforms in Bartonville, Illinois. He just became a dealer for Lion Arms and bought his first Tier 1 for the shop.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
He's a great dude,
Yeah.
man. Another Patreon
Bravo.
member. He's a great dude. That's awesome. That's good news, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Drew, what do you got?
Oh, man, guys, go to frcc.shop, man. Coffee,
Do it.
cigars, bourbon. We've got these beautiful new ashtrays. You got to get them. They're just beautiful. And coming soon, we've got some nice first responder desktop humidors coming out this week or next week. I'll get them on the website. They're custom. Looks really nice. frcc.shop.
I saw the pictures of those. Like I said, Drew's running the show over there, and he's doing a bang up job. Thank you, Drew.
Banged up a lot of stuff.
Rick,
you also forgot your podcast.
Yeah, my podcast.
I love it, so I'm going to make you say it.
Thank you, brother. All right, go to YouTube. Go to Truth in the Dark. It's a lot of dark out there, but there's still truth. So go to Truth in the Dark, like it, subscribe it, share it, guys. The internet needs it. The world needs it.
All right, Dick Rich Richard.
How Arms. We're on Instagram. Go to a local store and buy a Beretta pistol painted by
you out.
veterans.
That's right.
Beretta's got some awesome stuff coming out. We're doing a bunch of cool projects with a bunch of companies. Life is great because we've got one guy who sacrificed everything for all of us. So
that's it.
Amen.
Love Jesus and love life and love your family and all the great things that God gave us.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Guys,
Happy
Lent
Resurrection
is
Day.
ending, and it wouldn't hurt to go catch a service if you haven't been in a while and reconnect with God.
It's never too late.
Never.
Guys, this podcast would be nothing without you guys. Thank you so much for your support. And we will see you, I got to check the schedule, but hopefully next Thursday night.